DS1 Ross, and I'm back. Shout out to everybody, man. Shout out to everybody who support me and who support this platform, Sheep Stay Sleep TV. Very much appreciated. And as promised, we back tonight with Sunday Night Heat. Open panel, open discussion. Come through, chop it up, and we just gonna have a little fun tonight, man. It's the Labor Day edition, so we just gonna chill, you know. So get your drinks, get your smoke, you know, and we could chill, man. So shout out to y'all, man. Shout out to Soul Alchemy. Shout out to Mike Brown, my brother, Mike the comedian. Shout out to my big bro Sonny. Shout out to Keith. What's good, man? Shout out to everybody, man. So what's going on, y'all? Like I said last night, man, had to fall back last night, you know. We here tonight, man. So what's going on? Are you coming for the number 2 spot? Man, so shit. Could come up, man, whenever y'all ready, man. I'll send a link out. Don't matter. But what's been going on in YouTube land, man? What's been going on YouTube land, man? Shit, I'm gonna go ahead and put the link in the chat. Gonna come up, man, and just have fun, man. Tyrone, what's good, bro? So the link is in the chat. Anybody could come through and just chop it up, man. Open topic, open panel. Y'all know how this go. Oh, it's looking dead, Mike. No doubt, Mike. I know y'all heard about this hurricane coming, Hurricane Dorian. Mike, what's good? Hey, Keith, what's good, bro?
What's happening, homie? What's happening?
Chilling, man, chilling. What up, Mika? What up? What's going on, bro?
Man, you know me taking it easy. They got me off today. You know what I'm saying? Shoot, making a reservation is a mug, bro.
Shit, it's kind of
Bro,
too late.
bro, I'm gonna keep it real with you. The Hurricane Dorian, man, it is killing everybody. Like when I tell you we doing reservations, yo, we got old white people calling in sweating bullets, homie.
Man, I bet, man.
Bro, when I tell you I did 54 reservations, I had to like adjust them, cancel them, or rebook them, and everybody is not getting the hotels on, you know what I'm saying, by the beach. They trying to get in mainland. Bro,
Mm-hmm.
when I tell you that after one night, I think it was Thursday night, they sent us an email and stuff. Bro, when I tell you that hurricane has got people shook, man, they got them jokers going inland and there's no hotels available.
Damn.
Like, and bro, it's like 1,500 hotels. Like, you got your Marriott's, you got your Marriott's Courtyards, Residence Inn, all of them booked up in just 2 days.
Mm.
And bro, the seriousness of it, and this is deep. They got old people still stuck on the hurt and still stuck in them hotels at by the beach.
Oh shit.
Like, bro, this is heartbreak. I had an old black lady. She was called in, and she's been staying at this hotel for a long time. She retired from the hotel, bro.
Right.
They won't even let her like want nobody to book her in the hotel, and she's the first one that needs to get the hotel. They won't even book her inland. So when I tell you that hurricane is serious, it is very serious. And that's what I'm saying. People, if you got anybody in Florida or something like that, you need to check on them. That thing is not playing. So, like I said, sheep is real serious with hotels and anything in Florida. Like, this how bad it is. It's people migrating from Florida all the way to Atlanta, Georgia. They're booked up in Atlanta. And they got traffic jams right now, literally. So trust me, when anything goes wrong, we are affected about it. And they called me earlier and said, "Would you like to come out?" I said, "Nope, because I don't want to hear no more. I don't want to hear no sob stories, bro. Like that stuff will hurt you. And like you know, when you got this type of job, you have to do your duty, but at the same time, you know, your human comes out of you. So I was like, nah, I'm good, as I can't do it, cause I can't like no, and like she real talk to you. They've already put an email out. If you mess up one reservation, you're gone. And I'm like, nah. You hang up on it, you're gone. So I'm like, I'm not even taking that chance. I know I ain't gonna mess up, but at the same time, I'm not gonna make nobody homeless either. So, and I've already got a homeboy of mine. He works there. He already told me they walking people out just for messing up. So I'm staying clear from all of it, bro. I'm gonna stay home
Oh,
and
there it
relax.
is. God.
Yeah, that's the best thing. Mike, what's good, bro?
Yo, you can hear me?
Yeah, yeah, you clear.
Yeah. Some shit was going on, man. What the fuck? I don't know what the fuck going on. I had to like exit out and come back in
Yeah,
and shit like that because my shit wouldn't exactly go into the motherfucking stream yard thing and all kind of crazy shit, man.
Yeah, sometimes it's kind of crazy getting on here from your phone.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. Yeah. So what's good, man? What's going on? What's the scene out here,
Chilling,
man?
man. Chilling.
Same
You
shit.
know me, bro. Chilling.
Yeah. And like this motherfucking YouTube shit dead, man. I don't know what's going on.
And they
Minister
tripping,
Nat
bro.
making Minister Nat videos and
Yeah, I'm about to sip me some Hennessy, man.
yeah.
You know,
Nah, I'm
ain't
finna
sip
get.
nothing in them little minutes, so gotta
I
sip
don't know
some.
what's been going on. I've been seeing your videos or whatever. They're real they're good and inspiring and shit, man. I liked a lot of that shit. Yeah, I love it,
Yeah,
that shit
yeah,
crazy.
I appreciate it, bro. Like a lot of the joints that y'all see me premieres all, it's all older content for the
Mm-hmm.
most part. So I want to share um my old content with my audience because for the most part, like I've been having a lot of beef and having to roast a lot of niggas for like the most part of my YouTube existence. So now that I'm officially building an audience and a solid following. Um, I want to catch y'all up on some old stuff. That's all.
Yeah, yeah. Cause it's like
Hey,
it's
sheep.
something
I'm
like
gonna keep.
before ahead of time and shit. That shit was fire. A lot of that shit fire, man. All of that pretty much.
What up, Keith?
Oh,
Yeah,
my bad, Mike. I was gonna say, bro, the last few videos that you've been premiering, bro, that stuff been hitting close to home, bro. I really appreciate that. Like,
yeah.
it's stuff that people need to hear, bro.
I appreciate it, man. Yeah, man. I mean, that's what I try to do because that's the nature of my channel. So I always just try to stay true to what I say I'm about. That's all.
Yeah.
What's up, back down? What's going on, DC Purple Diva? Thanks for tuning in, y'all.
So we gonna be the only three up here, huh? Where's Sonny at, man?
You right here, bro.
Oh
You
yeah,
just
there you go,
you
man.
just spoke him up, Mike.
Yeah,
Sonny,
he
what's good,
he
big
need to be
bro?
on his Hugh Hefner shit, man.
What's going What's going on,
Oh,
Doc? Can you hear me?
he a pimp man. He a comedy pimp, comedian pimp man. What's good, bro? Oh, he put himself on mute. He come.
Yeah, muted
Somebody
Hey,
yourself,
getting
bro.
sheep.
roasted. Somebody getting flamed, man. Somebody getting flamed when he get up when that shit get off mute. It's a wrap.
That's
Hey, bro.
that's Mike. That's Joy. What's good?
Yeah,
What's
Hey,
that's
good,
sheep.
joy.
Keith?
I ain't trying to mean to interrupt you. I just got a text message from a homeboy from work.
Yeah.
Yo, they walked 6 more people out.
What?
Yeah, bro, messing up the reservations, bro. Like
Shit.
zero
Gosh
tolerance,
almighty.
bro. Like they said, they just walking them out, just taking them out right now, and they calling people in. Don't call my number.
Torin, what's good, Torian?
You know they calling you.
No, they ain't. I ain't got time for that. Don't call me the
Yeah,
angel
they
of
better
mercy. I
call.
ain't
They
got.
better call grandma, huh? That's somebody else. They better call 911.
Bro, they better call the National Guard. I ain't got time for that, bro. Like he told me, he said earlier, cause he's like a lead, and right now I'm in a position trying to get trainer, and right now they gave me a phone for whatever, and the phone is lighting up, and he's telling me the people that they just walking people that just came out of training like 3 days ago, they walking them out right now.
Gosh almighty.
Man, bro, they not
Child.
playing about the hurricane, bro. That thing
Yeah,
category 5 too. Gotta go.
I hear Florida getting rocked, man. Like just done dirty and shit. They better. I'm glad I didn't move to Florida. Motherfuckers.
Bro.
I'm
How
glad
do
they
Bro,
you
they
staying
mess
up
up
here.
somebody's reservations for that, yo?
bro, because all right, this how the type of system they have. And I'm gonna just keep it short and simple. They do it on this. You get so many, you get paid extra because all of us gets paid 14.50. All right, you get a tier system. So many reservations a day, you gotta convert them. If they find out, what I'm saying, you convert them, you have to get so many a day. Now, it's not commission, but you get paid extra. It's not incentive. But if you get so many in a day, you build up your money. Like people walking out of there with $1,300 checks. Now you got people walking in there messing up these reservations. You got people who living in Canada this happened yesterday. They ran up booking them in Los Angeles. You can't do that. And if you mess it up, they find out. Whatever. With the Hurricane Dorian situation, you make one mistake, they gonna make you make it up. But if you mess it up and then people are like on the beach and they figured out what them people is doing and they watching you closely, they will walk you out of there quick. They doing dirty stuff, bro.
Damn.
Like, you get paid enough to pay attention. Do your job. You know what I'm saying? If I could do my job, and I came from working at a hotel to work at a call center because it pays more. If I can do it, you can do it too. Come on now. You get 4 weeks of training. They teach you the basics. Then you sit by people who gonna help you. So he told me right now the lady needs to be out of there because the hotel lights went out, the generator went out.
And they don't know what to do, huh?
No, they gotta move them inland, but there's no room, bro. Wednesday they sent the email out. 92% of them are full. By Thursday morning, they're overpacked. And right now they're kicking people out, making them leave already because they're overbooked.
Damn.
Like the Courtyard in Miami Beach, it is shut down, bro. And that is party spot.
Jesus.
They got people already. It's a traffic jam going all the way up to Lithonia, Georgia. It's just people leaving out, going to get there because they don't have nowhere to go.
Yeah, how far is that storm going to, though?
Bro, it is spreading from Florida all the way up to South Carolina, bro. It's almost up there with Katrina, bro. But only difference is with Katrina and this one here, this is more developed. And people are working ahead of time. You know what I'm saying? I should know about Katrina. I've seen it firsthand, bro. Like, I was in that.
I don't know about y'all, but I ain't never moving to Florida.
Hey, real shit, man. Real shit. I'm
Bro,
glad I'm right up here in New York.
You're right about that. I said the same thing, but you said, you know what I said? Every region of this establishment has some type of storm that's unique for that region. For Florida in that area, they're known for getting a lot of hurricanes. But where I'm at, it's a mixture. Like, we can get bad rainstorms, thunderstorms, snow. It might be a hurricane here and there. We experienced our first earthquake back in 2011, and that's scary because the scary thing about an earthquake, there is no warning. It just happens. And for the upper north, like the further up north you go, they get all the blizzards.
Yep.
For the Midwest, they get all the tornadoes. And for the West Coast, they get all the earthquakes and mudslides.
Yep. And the sad part, anybody in the deep south,
Man, we don't get it like the South, man. Y'all motherfuckers about to be underwater.
Bro.
Yeah, that shit gonna be looking like 2012.
And the worst thing and the bad thing about an earthquake and being near the water is that it can possibly cause a tsunami.
There you go.
Yeah.
Because I remember that tsunami that hit over, I think, wasn't it in like Japan a couple years ago?
Tokyo,
I remember
back in 2012.
in Tokyo. Like, I remember watching that live on television as it was happening.
2011.
I never saw anything like that except on TV. And when I saw that water like literally just wash everything away, it was like it can't stop. It has to stop on its own. And because it's not like flat land or anything like that, it can't really stop with all them hills and stuff.
I'm telling you, bro, I'm telling you, this is deep, bro. And when it comes with, I'll give you a perfect example. When it came with Katrina, the situation, that was 07, something to that effect, 07, 08. My mom's then was telling me, like, when I tell you, and they were in Alabama, it messed it up so bad, they didn't have lights or water for a month and a half. Real talk. They didn't have lights. They had to bring ice trucks down to the neighborhoods. And they had a lot of old people die because of the heat exhaustion. Because, you know, that hit in the summer. And when you have a lot of storms in the summer, what does come behind it? Heat. And you got people passing out like in 105-degree heat because they got no water.
Yeah.
Then you got the mosquito outbreak. You ain't got no, you know what I'm saying? Like they had to have a state of emergency for Alabama, New Orleans, all them. You had a great migration of people from New Orleans going to Houston or Alabama or Florida or even Mississippi. And then you know you gotta understand this is serious. Like this is serious business.
These things be
And
crazy.
bro, like that's what I'm saying. You gotta take care of your people these days, and it's zero tolerance.
Mhm.
Like
Yeah.
I called my mom for a week. She dated their cell phone towers were blown over. You know it's bad for business. And we had relatives in Katrina. They came up, they were around there in 20 feet of water. Like they made new, they still ain't got people move back because they can't. And then they waiting on their FEMA checks. Half people still not even getting their FEMA checks right now. They ain't still ain't got paid to this day
Yeah. The people
because there's
got
no
like
money.
insurance on their houses and shit like that. Or like
Bro, they had to pay
they
them
can't
folks
even
to
pay.
move. You know what I'm saying? That stuff is serious. Like my relatives, when they was in the Katrina thing, they just got they check in what 2015. They had to live with my uncle now for 6 months. Then the state of Alabama had to give them a FEMA trailer. They had to sue the state of Alabama because the FEMA trailers were used with asbestos and it was killing people, giving people cancer. But they ain't gonna tell you that.
I didn't even know that shit.
Bro, they're not gonna tell you that, bro. It's called, bro. Do you know the
Yeah,
mass
propaganda
panic?
and all
Bro, the people that were homeless from Katrina, they had FEMA trailers, like 300,000 FEMA trailers in the state of Alabama alone. They stayed in the state of Alabama from 2008 all the way to 2015, sitting out there chilling. And they were getting checks from the federal government for making them because it made them a job. Bro, they're not going to tell you this stuff because people, so you either die from cancer from the asbestos making them cheap trailers, or you be homeless.
that.
And
Hard
then they
choice.
still was not, and they still never gave them trailers.
They have
Now,
FEMA trailers or whatever. How much trailers do they have?
bro, it depends, bro. Like they had 300,000 in the area I lived in Selma, Alabama, because they made jobs for them supposed to make those trailers. The trailers sat out there almost over 10 years, and you
Because they
can't give
didn't
them
take them. Yeah,
right,
they didn't maintain that motherfucker. They didn't, try to
bro. It's
clean it
called for
out or whatever.
show.
Like, yeah.
Don't let me ask you something, Mike. They ever told you they pay certain people just to farm, and they don't even they grow food, but they let the food stay out there to rot. They basically for show, bro.
Mm.
Look, man, do
Like
you research,
commercialize
bro?
that shit, man.
Yeah, because it's making jobs. They got farmers right now. Real talk. They grow food just for show to just get paid. And it's not feeding nobody, but you got a lot of people around here hungry. Let's just say it like that. And trust me, I live in a state, they are a farming state. I used to live in a state that was a farming state. And the people just grow cotton out there just to grow it because they get a check for about $1.5 million just to upkeep their machines. The state will buy you a John Deere $300,000 cotton machine, and they out there just growing cotton just to rot because they get paid just to grow it. And that happens a lot, bro. And you got people out
Yeah.
here half naked and hungry, but you growing food though. Makes no sense.
Just commercializing that shit or whatever, like it's McDonald's
Right,
or something.
So you saying they're not allowed to sell their food?
bro. They're not allowed to sell it. They just grow it. It's for show. Because, like, say for instance, you get a farmer, got a white guy growing food. He got a $300,000 piece of farming equipment. The state gave him that farming money. They grow the food and it just sit there.
I never really heard of that. I gotta check that out.
bro, do your research. I found out because they had a situation in the South. A lot of the farmers from back in the day were bullshitted because of racism. And that look up farmers' money. They were basically jipping, disrespecting black farmers, and and basically keeping them from getting, the primary feed to do hogs, the best seeds and stuff. They was jipping them for money. They had a settlement back in 2012, 2013, as a lot of black farmers, family members died in poverty growing stuff, and they were jipping them out of the stores were jipping them out of their money. So they had the farmers' money where they were settling them out. They did like a $3 billion settlement, and they were paying people 50, 60 to $100,000 a piece for their family, just having a family member that was a farmer. Because my uncle on my mama's side, he was a farmer. My grandma was a farmer. Her husband was a farmer, and her daddy was a farmer. And her mom was a farmer, but they were jipping them because you can't buy if you can outdo your white counterparts. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And farming, I'ma charge you what I charge them. I could double what I charge, and I get my money out of you. You know what I'm saying? All this stuff goes deep, bro.
Yeah.
Like Sheep said, I think it was a month ago. He was talking about how can we go down there and grow our own cotton, bro. You could make a killing. They got people down here work at cotton gins. They have a cotton gin. It starts up around August and it ends in November. Yo, they pay $14 an hour, bro. And they go out there and they pull that. They go out there and basically they not literally pick cotton, but they go out there and do their cotton and they strain it and all that. Literally making money, and guess what? The cotton sits out there till February, and they ship it off. You can make a killing if you get some land out there, and it's dirt cheap. And the federal government gives those white people that grow this cotton, they get them hundreds to millions of dollars just to grow it and ship it off. Just to make the shirt. The shirt you probably wearing today probably come from the city of Jones, Alabama. Cotton. Don't let them think they ain't doing this. They cotton picking cotton stuff, man,
China.
bro. They ain't getting their cotton from China. They're getting it from us. We get it from our own self. But the problem is, people. I'm trying to say it the right way. People don't. You gotta. Let's just say this. Follow the money. Look up the farmers' money settlements. Look up Farmers of America, the FFA type stuff. I was in FFA in high school. You know what I'm saying? And I did my research, and you find so much messed up stuff that did to black people back in the day, and they're paying them out now because they got to cover it up. They've been paying money. The Katrina victims, I knew people who went there and they still ain't got paid. And they're trying to pay them out because we ain't got no money.
So let me ask you this:
What's up?
Are the people signing a contract for the government to use their property like that, or are they just making laws to where?
When you become a farmer, they try to make you sign a contract because they want to use your land. When you sign that contract, they say you need to grow this much of A by this time of the year. But you ain't got but they're not shipping it to nobody. It sits there. You see what I'm saying?
They tax that land too?
Yeah. But they get them kickback. When they tax it, they get a kickback to the farmers to shut the hell up. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know how they used to say, we pull up our sleeves and we put our hand in the dirt. No. They do pull their hand in the dirt. But guess what? You got a lot of corn, feed, and all that. It just sit out there. Because the federal government pays them kickbacks and taxes to just grow it. Don't mean you're going to feed anybody, but just grow it. But you got your sister who's trying to make ends meet going out to the food bank getting outdated food. So it makes no sense. When you see the commercials, the holidays are coming up, feeding across America. Well, the amount of food we grow per year, we could feed a lot of people. But like I said, everything is for show. You know what I'm saying? And I start paying attention. I start looking up stuff. And when the farmers' money thing came out, that came about because of segregation and the situation with Dr. King coming from Atlanta, got the people marching through the Edmund Pettus Bridge. When they did the movie Selma, yo, Oprah Winfrey around there talking, oh, it's a good thing. Da, 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 da. Edmund Pettus Bridge still there. Didn't even know it was that famous. Like I tried to get a role as an extra on there because they paid $2,000 a day. Couldn't get it. They've had
Selma,
enough.
what was that movie about? Man?
Selma,
What was it about though?
Bloody Sunday.
Bloody Sunday.
Bloody Sunday, April 9, 1965.
Oh, I think I saw a little bit of it.
Bro, I tried to get in that movie, bro, as an extra because they had put a commercial out and they were doing it word of mouth when it was coming when they were making the movie. Oprah was down there, a bunch of the actors came down, and she had did a big thing at the Montgomery State Capitol. They try to make it a big thing. You know, people come on out, and there's a lot of people from the city, from the state, that got jobs as an extra. All you had to do is walk across the bridge, you know, make the scene, whatever they tell you, do whatever. They feed you and they pay you. And it's a lot of, and they did a big thing. But my thing is this: why you doing that? And you think you're doing something for the city, but the city still run down. Selma run down. You got people who've been mayors of Selma. They sitting over there taking money from the people and running. They had one mayor. They just impeached his ass because he took some money. He got caught laying up with somebody's wife up in there. It was a big thing. I mean, it's not a big thing because, you know, the area y'all live in, but they're not going to tell you everything. There's a lot of things they ain't going to tell you. Like, they ran a commercial about, you know, they still paying black farmers out there now. Kickbacks and stuff because they white counterparts were getting over. Hey, Sheep, you ever seen that video when they were talking about Dr. King? We're going to go, he said, we're going to go to Washington and we're going to go get our check. On
Hey,
Facebook?
that's the beginning of the "I Have a Dream" speech.
Right.
That's
Who you think he was?
I think
Who
that
you
was
think he was
after.
talking about the black
no,
black
no,
when he was
it wasn't after. It was the beginning of the speech.
right? What I'm saying is, what do you think they was talking about? He was talking about the black farmers in the South. They were bullshitting them when he said, "Yeah, they give you, we'll pay you so much to grow food,
So
get you know all that, give you a trade and all that."
yeah.
He
So
was he was
just to weigh in on what you saying, brother. What you referring to is the stock market and the futures market, right? So please understand, supply and demand is a real thing. And
right,
the reason why those crops will sit in those fields and the government will pay them to leave those crops in the field is because, let's say for instance, corn is trading at $12 a bushel, right?
all right, yeah, I got
And
you.
then you introduce, 12 million more metric tons of corn,
Right,
right? Everybody that's selling corn is about to lose money,
right,
and the price of corn is going to go down dramatically. You see what I mean? Because now you have introduced more supply, to
right,
meet the demand, which means that the price go down. So what we talking about is big boy economics. You talking about
right,
what you talking about is the beginning of intrinsic value on the stock market. People have to believe that their stock is valuable, because if they don't believe it's valuable, they're not going to buy it, and people will not be willing to trade. They won't be money will not move. See what I mean? So,
mm-hmm,
so it has to be a degree of fear in the market, and it has to be a degree of confidence in the market.
in order
Yeah,
for
one thing gotta have a
world
reputation.
market to operate and thrive. If it's not, if we don't have fear and confidence, both of them in the market, man, I mean, World War III is gonna start. You know what I'm saying? That's real talk. You know, so um, the government, in a way, they're they just playing big boy economics. It's a bunch of different ways to look at it. You know what I mean? But uh,
Mm-hmm.
but what you talking about is big boy economics. That's that shit that they talk about on the trade floor. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Starvation. That all right, all right. Another way of looking at it, right? This is a capitalist market, right? In order for capitalism to thrive, there must be people at the top, and then there must be people at the bottom. So you got your top 1%, and then you got your bottom, 99%, right? And
Right.
the market demands that. So that's why those crops will stay in the field, and those farmers will take that check, and everybody, will either thrive or not survive, according to the demand of the market. You know what I mean?
I got you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely get that.
Yeah, I
Break that
understand
down.
completely. Like I was telling Sheep, like I understand, the stock market because, like I was saying, I was the other week. I'm a boring person. I like looking at numbers and I try to figure out what's going on with the stock market. So I kind of understand. I'm following what you're saying.
Yeah, it's kind of like investing or whatever. If you figuring out what exactly you want to invest in, you know, or what exactly is the top um thing of whatever company or
Yeah.
what
Right.
is the top
So
product to
look,
invest in.
look, right? I got a real life example for you, right? Mike, let's say for instance, you cutting the grass in your backyard. You
Hmm.
come across a goddamn diamond that's the size of a football, right?
Yeah,
How much do you think that diamond is worth right now? How much?
I don't know because I gotta look it up. I gotta look up
You had to
No,
have
no,
it
they have a
appraised.
I'm
yeah.
saying, just a ballpark figure. I
Oh,
mean, I know
like an
you're not
estimate?
yeah, I know you're not a diamond dealer and all of that, but you have found a diamond the size of a football in your back fucking yard. How much is it worth?
You
A
gotta
hundred
figure like
million, two
diamond
hundred
ain't
million,
really
300 million? Huh?
nah. I don't think it'd be no damn 300. Not for
Shoot,
not
I
for
tell you,
diamond.
give me 75 million for it,
Yeah, yeah. If it,
yo.
it depends. Like how yeah. But
But I
gold is
understand
more. I think gold is more valuable than diamonds or whatever.
But the,
But
the
I don't think
example
like on the.
the, the example is based on diamonds for a reason,
No, I'm
right?
saying like yeah. What I'm saying is whatever. I don't think diamonds are as um valuable as as it's been like talked about or whatever. As it been.
Okay. So just
I
to
don't know how much. Like yeah, probably you
no
maybe
no
get a
I
couple thousand, 500,000 or something like that. You know.
no
five
more than
hundred
that.
thousand. Yeah,
Yeah.
you would shoot yourself in the foot. A diamond
Mm-hmm.
that size, rough, would probably be worth around 50 million. You know what
50
I'm saying?
million.
After you done cut it and you have traded it on the market and people have found out where it came from, and then you got to look at the quality and all of that kind of stuff. It's gonna be worth about 50 million after it's cut up and everything. But the point I was trying to make was you knew you had something valuable because you don't operate in that market. You had no idea how valuable it was exactly, And so your ballpark figure would probably be, like Sonny said, 75 million, 100 million. It got to be worth that. I mean, shit,
Give or
it's the
take.
size of football, right? You know what I'm saying? But then
Football
you got to
diamond.
you got to think about like the instruments that they got to use to cut a diamond that size. You know what I'm saying? The lasers, and, you know what I'm saying, and all of that shit, bro. You see what I mean? And
Yeah,
once
that's
they
money
start
too.
breaking
Yeah,
all of
yeah.
that shit down and telling you how many markets you got to go through for you to get that 50 million, you're gonna be like, well, shit, man, just give me 15. You know what I'm saying? That's how it usually go, bro. The most famous farmers in the world, right? The De Beers. They were given some land in Africa. They was dying of malaria and all of that shit. They was just farming. They was about to put some potatoes in the ground to try to survive, right? Find some fucking diamonds. Farming. Man, for real shit. You can look it up.
They
You
had
know,
they were
I,
farmers and diamonds or whatever, and
the Beers. I know you done heard of them. I know y'all niggas
yeah,
probably,
yeah, that blood
you
diamonds
know,
in
went into
Africa.
the jewelry store and seen the De Beers name in there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
everybody heard it. If you haven't heard of the Beers, you must been under a rock with some cotton in your ears or something.
Hey,
I'm
but
under a
yeah,
rock, man.
and
I'm
then
under a
to add
rock.
on to your point about the cotton, bro. To add on your point about the cotton, that was an idea that I have expressed several times when the good brother Maurice Muhammad was on YouTube and everything. He got a number of strikes, and so they took his channel down, I believe. But he had did a tour, and he was near the hometown that my family is from. It's near the Greenwood, Mississippi area.
I know
Around
where
this
you at.
time of year, yeah, if you riding through there, you gonna see them big, tall ass bales of cotton. My suggestion was that we build a manufacturing facility that make t-shirts, socks, and drawers in Mississippi. Build it right near 55, so we got a you know a major intersection that we can get to all other major intersections to get the product all across the country. You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
And then we got train lines right off of 55 that we can get the product to. So that's not an issue. You know what I mean?
mm-mm.
So transportation wouldn't be an issue. Atlanta would be the next major city if we was flying our t-shirts, internationally, but that's down the line. But I mean, literally, we could get there. You know what I'm saying? It's just a matter of planning and putting them bread together.
But
Literally,
what's the
bro.
brand
Like
gonna
you,
be?
Bro,
What's the
like
one
you
brand?
said,
Because if the brand ain't shit or whatever, niggas ain't buying it. You know how
What
niggas think.
oh,
what
man,
what's
that is
the what's
go
the
If a
that,
brand ain't if a
bro.
brand
That's
ain't
so
no Gucci or whatever, and no like
so
top
so so
famous type of shit, niggas ain't
DS
buying it like that.
DS1 was in advertising, so that's kind of his marketing and
forte.
advertising. So that's his forte. So I would love for him to be the authority on that. But I will
Yeah.
say that propaganda is definitely a weapon, and branding is a way to instill intrinsic value in people's mind. Right?
Yep.
If I got a belt and then it's a Gucci belt right next to it, if it's the same price, you're gonna get the Gucci belt 10 out of 10 times
All right. Because it's more
because of
known or
brand.
whatever.
You know what I'm saying? Intrinsically, you believe that Gucci belt is better than my leather. You don't know that I massaged my cows. I gave them beer. You know what I'm saying? you
Oh, they
know.
do.
The reputation or whatever. It says
Mhm.
that they have a reputation of a good brand. Whatever that brand or whatever that they're buying or whatever, they have a reputation
Man,
where, they've got strong belts or whatever. It's a good craftsmanship. It's known. So that's making them be look
I
like they
I
more savvy to
I
buy
tell
something that's Gucci.
I
Yeah.
tell you out loud, brother, the same machines that Gucci use, man, every other leather maker in the world use the same machines.
I know. But the
Quality
whole thing
is
is
the
brand.
quality is in the mind of the beholder, and it go
Yeah.
back to what you said, brother.
and tr-
Branding,
and
branding.
truth be told, the average kid that's looking at these belts and these different designers that people wearing, they're not going into research looking to see the durability of anything. They're wearing what they see on TV, what they see is popping.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
whatever's popping on TV, that's what they're gonna wear. But at the same time, uh, uh I feel what bro is talking about. I wanted to ask you, bro, Rob. Do you have any idea what the finances on something like that you was talking about would be?
Oh yeah, I got a general plan. Um, the area that I'm talking about is unincorporated. It would be in Holmes County. Holmes County, for people who don't know, that's the poorest county in the United States of America. You
Yes,
know,
it is.
and
Oh,
um, and because of that, I know that the land would be ultra cheap. You see,
Very.
but
Because
it's an unincorporated. It's an unincorporated area. And so now the politics of Mississippi would come into play. And if they knew it was me that was trying to buy it, you know, based on my family history down there, I would have to keep that under wraps. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Hey, bro, Rob.
and
Yeah.
let me
I would like to talk to you offline about that, brother.
Oh yeah, for sure. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like I went as far as I
You gotta
could to
get
say
past
what I
the
could. You
Illuminati
know
and
what I'm
shit.
saying? Let's
let,
just say that my family blood in the Greenwood area, my family from Chula, Mississippi and Kruger, Mississippi. You know what I'm saying?
mhm.
And
Yeah,
you know, everybody know my family. I just say that.
I'm gonna say this. When it comes that's the killer part about the situation Brother Rob is talking about. When you talking about unincorporated land, untouched land like that in this deep south, do you know the money you can get kickback if you do it the right way? Because when you have land like that that's untamed and and nobody has no incorporation with that, you will make hand over fist if you play your cards right. Because they have like he's saying over in Chula and Kruger now, they got land in Alabama like that. People just it's just sitting out there. It's basically for scenery, for pictures to put in a book. And you got land that nobody's touching, man, you will that land is going hand over fist. And land to own land like that is like back in the day owning a horse or a car now. You basically have a Mercedes in your back pocket and don't even know it. 4 or 5 thousand Mercedes because it's more because that land will
Let me
never lose its luster
and
or it's a
let me add on to that too, good brother. Let's say for instance you eating a watermelon, right, Sonny? Right? And you riding through that area, right? You
Okay.
throw the watermelon rind out the window. It's a good chance you're gonna grow watermelons right there where the rind fell.
Yeah.
Wow.
Man, bro,
I already knew what you were thinking already, man. Selling them watermelons, yo.
bro,
Selling
that
that shit.
Wow.
Yeah.
that land down there is so fertile that like and you can grow anything. You hear me? You know what I'm saying? You can grow anything, but it's known for growing cotton. It's known for growing soybeans. Uh, uh, it's known for growing field peas, all kind of peas. Oh my goodness, man! I done shelled so many peas. I
Man, you
don't want
talking
to
about the
shell.
promised land right
oh
here.
I hate that.
You
Yeah,
talking about the promised land.
but
You know
Bro,
what that land is.
that's why it's called the Delta, bro.
yes, sir.
Wow.
Yes, sir. And I mean the land is so fertile that growing cotton and getting people to do business, hey, that's not gonna be an issue. Now I'm gonna tell you, I mean, it broke my heart, you know, going through Chula, and you pull up at the little convenience store and it's ran by Arabs, you know. It broke my heart, you know. But we gotta do something. You know, everybody always looking for everybody else to do it. You know what I'm
Run
saying?
them out, man. Run them
Man,
out.
we gotta do something. So you know, hey, y'all can keep dragging y'all feet. I'ma holler at my kinfolk and them down there, and we gonna get things rolling. And then once y'all see us rolling, I guess y'all will be willing to invest in. It's just the
Like I
ticket
said,
gonna go up at that point. You know what I'm saying?
bro, hit me up ASAP.
Yes,
A
sir.
to the SAP.
Yes, sir.
ASAP.
Yeah.
That nigga making on the promised land over there, bro.
Man,
man.
I mean, it's all possible. It's all possible.
Oh
You
yeah.
know, I
Oh
just
yeah.
say this. You know, a lot of people they speak out of fear ethic. They speak out of a what they don't want to happen ethic. You know, all they talk about is what they don't like, who they don't like, when they don't like it, how they don't like it. I'm exposing him. I don't like. I don't care what you don't like. I mean, to be frank, I want to hear what you do like. I want to hear what you are interested in. I want to hear what you are passionate about. I figure everybody want to make some money. So that's why I bring up ideas like this. And let's just say, because I'm speaking so freely about it tonight, that I have several other ideas that could make money tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? I mean, for real, G. I think about this Black Power shit all day and night. You know what I'm saying? So,
Back.
you know, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Y'all can call me a hotel brother if you want. You know what I'm saying? My aunt gonna look better than everybody else's though. I mean, that's just real talk. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, everything I do, I try to invest the money into. I don't care because I made a promise to myself. Hey, I want to retire at 60 in a log cabin with whatever. I want to retire early. I don't want to work till I'm 80 and about to drop dead. No, no, thank you.
Yeah, I was just talking about investing today earlier, whatever, with the homie or whatever. Talking about investing. You know, get some money, putting some down in different kind of into different kind of companies or whatever. And if something were to happen to one company, you still got, four or five more companies or whatever that is pretty much your fallback, So if one company falls or whatever, something happens to them, they lose interest or whatever, you still got five others that's probably a probability is that you're gonna gain more than you lose or whatever. You know, you still gotta kind of investigate. I would think like still investigate the companies or whatever, but and before you invest it or whatever. But like it's a certain type of thing I'm doing or whatever, where it's kind of like you put your money in or whatever, and it's the companies are chosen for you. So
And that's what you're supposed to do, Mike. If you have the means to invest in it, man, take your time, invest in the right thing, do your research. Nothing, you know what I'm saying? And that's what our white counterparts they do. They teach their kids to invest stuff. Like, hey,
mm,
you need to put your money in here and this and that. You don't have to look fly and all this, all that. And you got some of these old cats. They sitting in these, sitting at McDonald's reading the newspaper, but they pulling up in a nice Mercedes and they 75 years old. So you gotta think, you gotta be mindful of what you see. You know what I'm saying? I pay attention to that.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? I want to be that type. Pull up in a restaurant, but I don't want to be that type. Oh, I ain't what you want or whatever. I want to invest my money so when I get old enough, I don't have to move. I can just go and get out of my big old house, get in my car, go wherever I want, and keep it moving.
yeah,
I don't want to be that cat trying to be a greeter at Walmart, creeping people
yeah, man.
out.
Like you could open up if you were to come up with like a certain idea or whatever through the investments you made. If you were to come up with like an idea and something you wanted to start in like 5 years from now, you had money invested and saved and it gotten through interest or whatever from 5 years ago to start, the business and the idea that you want to start so you can make more money.
Hey,
You could,
hey,
yeah,
hey, look, right, man. You discussing branding and I don't even know if you even realize it, right? Walmart, right? They have a brand. You know what I'm saying? Look, right, the greeter, that's psychological and it's a tax write-off. How much you think a greeter making? Not much,
Mm-mm.
according to their business model, right? And they salary and they benefits and anything else they gotta invest in that employee is a tax write-off. And then the as somebody walking into Walmart when you see the greeter, right? man, it sets some off like, all right, it's people walking around, and now you looking for the next person. What do that do, right? It make you feel welcome, make you feel like this is gonna be easy. Wherever I gotta find, I can just ask somebody, and then it's also gonna stop people from shoplifting. You see,
Right.
right? Because you at every level you seeing people everywhere. It's somebody stocking shelves. It's somebody greeting you. It's somebody pushing a basket around. It's somebody fucking off and don't want to work. You know, they got all of that shit. You know what I'm saying? They got people standing around behind the counter. They got a couple of people. They got long ass lines. They got cashiers over there eating lunch in front of you. You see
Two
what I
of
mean?
them.
All
Shit,
right,
man,
all of
Obama
this
just
shit is
this.
psychological, bro. You see what I mean? Is in it basically make you stay in a store long enough to spend $100. That's what
Right.
their business model is based on. It man, they program you to stay in the store for at least 30 minutes. If you stay in there for 30 minutes, you're gonna spend $100.
That is true.
It's all
Fact of the fact,
probability and
man.
subliminal messages and all, those
Man,
type
bro,
of
they
yeah.
do it all the time, bro. They do it all. You know what? What I'm gonna show you something real quick.
That's
Wait,
the
hold on,
Matrix, man.
hold on.
Right, so we all muted with him. Yeah, investing is important. Man. Who else got something else to say, man? We all,
Well, it is important. I mean, you don't. I'm just thinking like I did not know this. Like you know how they, hey Mike, you know how they always promoting. You know, if you're a veteran, come get a job and all that from the
yeah,
military. I did
yeah.
not know they get tax write-offs per veteran that works at your company. I just found that out like 4 years
Yeah, that
ago.
makes sense. That makes sense.
Then you got a senior
Yeah,
citizen, they get a tax write-off for them because you know they're working for their company. If you at a certain age, like it's all number tax write-offs.
yeah.
Like
That's
when
why
I do my
they're trying their best to push start trying to get veterans to work and say, yeah, that's smart. Yeah, go ahead, Keith.
no, I'm just saying, man. I found out because, like I said, I ask questions, and you know, and I do my taxes, and I always try to like, you know, like they tell you, oh, you need to have the insurance, so you won't have to pay this, this, and that, and the third. I always keep health insurance because you know you never know what happens. But I did not know, you know, when you got older people, veterans, military veterans, each tax write off. So you know they're getting kickback dividends. That's like a monster. And then you know you got people at a certain age rank. You got younger people who's trying to start out working. That's a tax write off. You got so many people hitting sales. That's a tax write off. Everything's a tax write off. Like say for
Man,
instance,
I'm still
I do
learning
my
about this shit.
dude money. Let me tell you something. I got in this stuff when I got out of high school, and I said, you know what? What do I want to? I said, I want to do something to figure out my money situation. I learned how to do my income taxes at 15. I used to do me and my two brothers. We used to do our mom's income taxes, and we
That's
would
impressive
race
shit.
right. And when I find out about tax write offs, it was an old grizzled white dude that knew my grandma. And he was like, "You want to know how to do taxes? I'm gonna show you." So we started looking at it. He said everything has a value. And he was showing when you have this, do you since your mom had 3 kids, da 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 da. So she pays for your thing so much per year. That's a tax write-off. Since you got 3 kids, your dad's in the military, that's a tax write-off. So everything has,
Oh,
yeah. When you hear them people talking about, yeah, I'm gonna get 2,000 per kid, they ain't looking at it if you play your cards right. Like say for instance, Mike, you start at a job at a manufacturing company, you
mm-hmm.
buy your boots, and you have to buy your own boots, you have to buy your own gloves, whatever. Well, they give you gloves and goggles, but you say I'm gonna go buy this. Don't even know you're using that money towards the company for you to go to work. That's a tax write-off. When you
Yeah,
use
that's
so
all.
much
Yeah,
gas, yeah, when you burn gas, you put gas in your car, go to work, that's a tax write-off.
could you pay for
Everything
that?
has yeah, because basically you're investing in going to support yourself. I forgot what the name is called, but you're investing in yourself. If you buy a pair of boots, you can put that on your taxes as a tax write-off. Hey, I got to invest. I got to have boots. The boots they gave me, they don't fit. They're not comfortable. If you use Dr. Scholl's on in your shoes just to keep your feet from hurting, that's a tax write-off because you're using it for work.
Hey, check this out. If you an average Asiatic, you know what I'm saying? The best thing to invest in right now that'll give you a perfect foundation is yourself.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? First of all, you got to know yourself, and each and every one of us got a gift or talent. You know what I'm saying? We can come up with all this all day. You know what I'm saying? Our lineage is responsible for a whole bunch of creations, but we got to learn how to invest in ourselves, whether it be trucking school or learn the trade like welding. You know what I'm saying? Because you can learn welding and get to the point where you gotta you certified to teach welding. Then you can have a whole building where you teach welding. You know what I'm saying? You got students coming from all over the world trying to learn the weld from you. You know what I'm saying? You got people that are you'll be qualified to get paid through grants and all that. You know what I'm saying? It's so much that we can do, and
Or you
that'll
could
give
like
you,
invest or whatever, and then invest after you learn the knowledge or whatever welding, and then maybe one day you could own your own welding business.
basically, because like if you invest in yourself, that's the best investment. That's your initial investment. I mean, especially when we are a lot of us are in positions anyway where a lot of times we digging out the hole from like I can only speak for myself. You know what I'm saying? When I started, I had to dig out a hole that I dig for myself, whether it be credit wise and all that. You know, I had to I had to dig myself out of that.
Shit,
Mm-hmm.
I'm in a
You know what I'm
hole right
saying?
now
So
too, man. While you bullshit. So
so I me right back then I couldn't invest in no stock market or nothing because I ain't had no bread to invest in nothing like that. But I had to invest in myself first so that I can give myself a you had to give yourself a foundation first before you can start to try to really go hard into the other things. But yeah, I don't think y'all realize the significance and the power with bro Rob just said. I'm gonna leave it at that. I don't even want him to say no more about it, to be honest with you. But
yeah, he
like
basically building an empire over there.
Yeah.
even you
Basically,
even you might like god dang on you look at people like a lot of people don't think the dude's funny, Kevin Hart and whatnot, but like if you look at what he did, um he invested in himself. How did he invest in himself? Maybe he knows he's not as funny as other comedians. So what did he do? He hired writers. You know what I'm saying? He invested in himself. He did
Ghostwriting.
certain, you know what I'm saying? Did certain. I'm sure he took some acting classes.
Hey man, I always thought about maybe I could be a ghostwriter or something like that. You know what I'm saying? For somebody, I could
basically,
probably
it's
do it,
the.
man.
I kind of understand what he's saying. It's basically what he's saying is the art of self branding. Because I'll give you a perfect example. Have you ever went? Who has ever had a surgery? Had a surgery, a major like a surgery on an arm or a foot or something like that.
I have.
All right. If you notice, whatever they have, whatever a doctor does, if you notice this, when they about to have surgery, what do they do when they prep you? They
They
put
just
their
basically
sick, they put their signature on the part they're about to surgically to go through on surgery. At
right.
first, I didn't
Mm.
understand that, and then I understood. Every surgeon, no two surgeons are alike. When they put their signature on your body, that's what they finna operate on. And what they will tell you is, hey, this doctor didn't do right. I really don't want to touch that. You see what I'm saying? Because they know if they put their name on you and they fuck up, that's on them.
Yeah, they're responsible for that shit.
Self branding. That's why when he said investing in himself, basically you building your brand, your own brand. Whatever Mike Brown comedy put out there, it's not gonna be what Kevin Hart did. You see what I'm saying? No two styles are similar. Case in point, welding. One welder does something totally different from the next welder. That's why some people, when they do certain things, they have their own business. They always write their name on whatever they about to work on, because that's them. That's their thing, and they know they taking responsibility. So when you branding yourself, you taking responsibility to say, yes, I did this, good or bad. I will take the responsible thing of I'm taking it on myself. That's why when he said he don't need to say too much, I don't blame him. Because what he doing, he's finna make he gonna be the king of cotton of the South.
Check this
Basically,
out.
knowledge and experience is power, and that
Check this out.
power is
Right.
gonna make you, you know.
Check this out. I'm gonna use you for example, Mike Brown.
Jesus Christ.
I'm gonna use you for example. So like,
All right, man.
let's just say you wanted to get your, because you funny. Let's just say you want to get yourself into the entertainment business,
Yeah.
which is comedian, acting, things of that nature. When you look on Facebook, there are some funny people on Facebook, yo, and they putting together skits, and they got a lot of views, and who knows, they probably eating off of being a stand-up comedian, and they're eating off of YouTube. So
I know a dude named Action Jackson or whatever. He's the only guy. Some other people.
So the thing to invest in is media. So you don't have to pay nobody else to, like, if you have an eye on how you want everything to go, why not invest in media? Because you can for one, you cut down a cost of overhead, and now you got a potential media company. You know what I'm saying? And like, you want to like invest in yourself. Like if you want to be in entertainment, you want to do something a little bit more out the box than a 9 to 5. Why not go to school for acting? Why not go to school for, you know what I'm saying, media? All you're doing is investing in yourself. Because when you look at school now, it's geared towards investing into somebody. You're investing, but you're investing to make somebody else rich.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Like, they don't have like a whole bunch of shops and things of that nature in school no more. Trade
You pretty
schools
much.
and things of
I
that
see what
nature.
you're saying. You got to invest in your purpose or whatever, or what you're good at. You're good.
Gotcha. You got me. You know what I mean? So, that's, you know what I mean. That's what we got that going talk about. You know what I mean? So, shoot, I'm gonna get on mute, yo, if I start screaming out here.
Hey, bro. That nigga say you go start screaming.
This kind of talk, man. This kind of talk amps me up, y'all. Y'all don't understand.
Like football and shit like that. You like, yeah, man, yeah, touchdown or motherfucker goal and shit like that. And soccer, it's like goal, amped up and shit.
I'm gonna tell y'all this one story right quick, just real quick. This is how careful you have to be, and you know what I'm saying, as an Asiatic and someone who's unlearned. I used to be a welder at the shipyard. You know what I'm saying? Actually, I'm a ship fitter by trade. You know what I'm saying, which is a whole different position from a welder. But I'm called a process ship fitter, which basically means I have two trades in one. So I ended up inventing a piece of equipment that the shipyard is using to this day, like right now. And I didn't get credit for it. My general foreman, when he signed the paperwork, he put his name in a certain position in a certain way that took me out of the loop, and he got all credit for it.
Oh,
Now, mind you,
so
he
basically,
didn't
like
get
because he's
millions
your
of dollars.
supervisor, because he's your supervisor, or whatever, and he
Well, he
signed at a
he
certain position.
he was the general. I had a foreman over me. He's the general foreman, which means he got like foremans over him, like three or four or five foremans over him. But
Mm.
what they did was they named the tool after him, and they gave him like a brand new iPad and some TVs and a whole bunch of different prizes off
What
of
the world?
all of everything that I did that I invented. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just saying that we got to be careful about our inventions and it. You know, we gotta take the time out and if you have an invention, learn everything about patents and all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like do your homework because people will take your stuff. Just like back in the day with music, you know what I'm saying? All that. Like I've experienced that already at a young age, which I'm not that young, but
Basically, copyright to your shit.
That's
Basically,
all in what. That's all what you said. Make sure, like he said, make sure you put a patent together. Make sure you have all that because these jokers will push you out quick, fast, and hurry.
yeah,
And
you
he
steal
got
your
paid
shit
off
and
with
make money off
trinkets.
it. Yeah,
And if they can't take it from you that way, they'll find a way to make you quote unquote disappear and take it that way.
Yeah, you fell out and broke your neck on the sidewalk.
yeah, that's
Or you
crazy.
shot yourself in the head twice.
Please,
You
oh
gotta have
my
like, I would
goodness,
think you would have to get like that $1 million like invention or whatever for the motherfuckers to go that far. But niggas are evil anyway. But like,
bro.
yeah,
They paid that foreman off, and what he said, they paid that foreman off with trinkets. Basically, did like what the white people did with the Indians. They sold them, gave them Manhattan for what? Some junk jewelry and some firewater.
the thing that I should have did is I should have got an outside lawyer um and let him handle the situation with the invention because what they were doing they offer a certain prize for anybody who has an invention for like the shipyard, even though like you can be dead and gone 50 years from now and like that's still your invention. Like it'll have your name on it and all that. That's all they give you. But like if you have somebody on the outside force outside and they can make the job easier for the workers and it's cheaper, then they will pay you. But like I got screwed all the way on that joint,
yeah,
you know, and that was a learning experience for me. But the
that's
bottom
terrible.
line is a lot of times we watch, you know how like you watch TV late and you see them infomercials and people are coming up with all these inventions and things of that nature. Like we don't really think anymore. Like we watch TV so much, you know what I'm saying? We don't come up with new stuff to
Yeah,
like if we
programmed. Yeah, like you
if
said, like Bill Ross said.
I guarantee if you turned your TV off for a week and just like had your mind set on, all right, during this whole week, I'm gonna see whatever I do, I'm gonna think of something, a way to make whatever I do easier. Like for instance, a lot of times on like when I was heavy on Facebook, I used to watch during the wintertime how people come up with a contraption to make it easier to got they gonna move snow off the got they going concrete. You know, we there's so many ideas that we can come up with, but we just so inundated with TV, you know what I'm saying? All these things, like we don't really think no more for real. And you know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah,
We really
I don't know,
need
like
to.
niggas ain't really that educated no more, or even thinking about education, or trying to think at all. They're just like into world star twerking videos and motherfucking these rappers, or trying to hustle or whatever to get to be a motherfucking future, or a young thug, whatever. That's the
I,
inspiration.
I just think, and it's just me personally, and maybe because like maybe I'm not born to uh work for somebody for the rest of my life, but I think if you go to school, for those people who feel the same way that I do, you should go to school to invest in yourself. Because right now,
Yeah.
the way the school system is set up, it's set up for you not to invest in yourself. It's set up for you to invest in the system.
Mm.
It's not set up for you to invest in your ideas. You know what I'm saying? It's not assessed as you know what I mean. They want you to set your goals around their riches.
Yeah, it's set up for you to be poor.
And
For you to
sometimes you gotta
for you
think
to
out the
give to
box.
the rich. Yeah.
Facts.
You know what's the crazy part? I did not know this because like I graduated in 2002. I did not know they stopped giving people trade school because I went to trade school. And I'm like, don't y'all got a trade school? And I was asking some of the young cats out here, and I was like, hey, y'all got a trade school? No, we don't do trade school no more. They stopped that a long time ago. I said, wait a minute,
What?
they stopped trade school? Cause I went to trade school for brick masonry. And you know, I figured out they stopped doing that. A lot of places stopped doing that because it showed you how to be self-sufficient. They stopped a lot
Don't
of
they
these
have
kids
like
from,
Job Corps or whatever?
bro.
Like
I'm just
I went to there, but like
I never went to job corps. My mom said you gonna take your ass to school. That's what you gonna do.
yeah,
And she was like, you ain't going no job corps. Where you going? You get kicked in the head. You going to school. And I'm not saying job corps is not for don't go, but they stopping a lot of kids from. They don't let kids go to trade school anymore. They make you sit up in a desk and learn a bunch of lies and garbage that makes no sense.
that you go
And they
forget.
changing text.
You
And
go
they like,
forget about 2 years.
there you go. And they said, oh, the math and you ain't gonna use it. Yeah, he is. They taught us how to do taxes and brick masonry. Hey, you want to be a brick mason? Da 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 da. These kids don't even know how to change a tire.
Damn, bro.
Bro, I was changing a tire at 13. Like, what is wrong with you?
Damn.
Like, you sitting up here looking at me. What is wrong with you? Like, like a young guy, he was driving
Nah,
his
like
mama's.
I didn't know how to change a tire either. I know how to at least do that. But now
I mean,
barely.
being self-sufficient. Like, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? And it's a
know
lot
how
of
to
like
change
he's
your
saying, it
oil,
is imperative to go to school.
yeah. Or at least like be motherfucking observant, whatever in life. That's more important to be able like without actually observing whatever. Um, you know, and learning from others, whatever. Like just on this now they like Google and shit like that, like the internet. This is a great information or whatever. All sources of type of information, man. If you didn't know something, man, you could look it up easy. You know what I'm saying?
But
Like you can look.
like, they
Yeah,
just
go ahead.
basically turning people into mindless drones. Like they melting their brains. Like all they know, like I see these kids, they will start like you said, you turn your TV up. I see some of these kids, they don't have their phone. They start freaking out, ready to fight everybody like a drug addict.
They got their phone. You know,
Like it,
I just now got these motherfucking them TV phones. I call them, man. I was waiting for these motherfuckers for years.
you sound
Nah,
like an old
I was
person.
waiting.
see, I spoke about that in the joint I had premiered called Cyborg Youth, and I
Bro, you
spoke
took a
on
nap?
how yeah, I spoke on how a lot of these children they act Like they don't know how to respond. They only know how to respond to technology. They only know how to respond to automation. They don't really know how to respond to the way things, were. And that could be a good thing, but that could be a bad thing too. But I think for the most part, it's a good thing. I feel like they should know how to use their hands and shit too. So I think they should have a little bit of both. But dealing with technology, man, things are only gonna get better and better. It's only gonna advance more and more and more. So, that's an industry that's never going anywhere.
That's real talk. But I was, and I've seen like I was where was I about 4 years ago? I was going in Walmart, and the lady had her daughter with her. She about 15. The daughter was on her phone. She didn't hear none her mom said. Her mama took that phone out of hand, and 3 seconds, she was acting like a crackhead that hasn't had a hit in 25 minutes. Like she was ready to fight her mama. Give him a phone, babe. I'm like, wait a minute, did she pay? Like she was finna jump on her mom's. And I'm like,
Yeah, this shit is addicting, man. Like this phone and shit with this internet and this all this type of information, you can look up whatever you want. This shit is addicting. Like even I got problems and shit like that. Want to walk around and shit like that and listen to music and shit. Just oblivious or whatever. Just listening to my little motherfucking Ti or some young Jeezy or something, and somebody talking to me or my mom trying to holler at me. I can't, I'm not paying attention or I can't hear it or whatever because I got listening to that music and shit like that. It's that's how it's addicting. And
and it's no different than you got somebody that's high on crack that hadn't had a hit in a while. They ready to fight you, and I'm like, the young lady, mom, called her mama, bitch, and everything. I said, wow. I said, I did that. I'll be in the grave, bro. Like, dude, what is wrong with you? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, you're no different than a heroin addict.
well,
You
you'd
know
have
what I'm
died
saying?
5 times. You'd have,
That's
she
what
would
I'm
have killed
saying.
you, brought a necromancer to bring you back to life just to kill your ass again.
Kill your ass again. Like, oh, you're not good. You're not done enough.
Yeah,
So, I mean, my thing is, I don't have children, but if I had children, I would teach them, yo, I want to show you how to work with your hands.
right,
It's not healthy to eat processed food. That stuff will kill you.
right.
Like, teach you something, you know what I'm saying? And I'm
How
glad,
to garden or whatever, how to farm, how to
right.
like
Like,
just
I'm,
change a tire or whatever.
I want to read something I seen that Poetic Kel she posted up in the chat, yo, which is something like crazy. It's crazy wise. The joint she said sometimes the things you regret are the risks you don't take. You know what I'm saying? Like if you don't ever take a risk and anything you trying to do, and then like as you get older, you're gonna regret it, yo. Like you're gonna be getting older. You're gonna be like 50 something years old, uh
Wishing
60
that
something years old, where you
wishing you
supposed
didn't
to be
just
getting retirement from the job that you working, but like you people gonna mess around, still be working in their 60s and their 70s. And they already said that we're not gonna be getting our social security.
yeah.
hmm,
They
Uh,
can be saying wishing that you was investing or whatever, but instead of doing that, you went and spend the money you and supposed to invest in on some motherfucking Jordans or some goddamn uh, another TV or something like that. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
I,
Invest in
I,
yourself, yo. And
like,
watch
I'll
out
give,
for them dream killers too, yo.
yeah.
Watch out for them dream killers because like the ones who are dreamers and have ideas, you're gonna have some dream killers. Like you'll tell somebody who you think is your friend of an idea that's like bigger than yourself, bigger than them, and they're like, "Oh, you can't do this, you can't do that." You know, so watch out for them dream killers because um, whatever dream or vision that you have, the only thing you got to do is write this shit down, yo. If you write it down, At that point, that'll give like if you study whatever dream or vision that you have for your life, all you got to do is write it down and study exactly what you got to do to accomplish it. At that point, what you have is a checklist. You know what I'm saying? So by using your birthright, you know what I'm saying? Shameless plug. I did a video not too long ago about hurdles. One of the hurdles is people not using their birthright. Write down your visions and your goals and
Hey, I'll be
turn
right back.
it into a checklist. So which means, okay, if I want to become uh I don't let's just say I want to become a pilot. And I don't know the first thing about becoming a pilot, but that's my goal. Like I want to fly. I want to have my own company to where I teach people how to fly. You would have to write your goal down, then do the research to find out exactly how to do it and write it down. And then when you write it down, all you do after you write it down is you organize it in a way to you do the easiest thing first, the hardest thing on the bottom, and you create a checklist. So if it take you 3 years, 5 years, by you writing it down, by you having it written down somewhere, because even in the Bible it says, uh, um, write the vision, make it plain. You write the joint down, yo. And if you working on it every day, and say it might be you might have like 30 check marks to get to where you need to be. It's like you're working towards something every day. You're working towards something every day. So then, like, if you're a man in that position, and then you meet a shorty, and she see you on your game, that's going to turn her on even more because
That's true.
you're not an average guy out there. You're working towards something every day. You're not just living and like you wasting your life because life, you know what I'm saying? You can think back when you was 12 years old and then like just let's just say you're in your 30s. Next thing you know, you're gonna be in your 40s. Next thing you know, you're gonna be in your 50s. It's gonna be too late.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So uh this is up my alley, yo. This is the talk I like, you know what I'm saying? And I'm hoping that whoever's listening, you know what I'm saying, will be encouraged to like, you know what I mean, go back to school. If you think about being a nurse, it's just few more years or a few more credits to become a doctor. Why stop at a nurse? You can
Exceed
have
your expectations.
your own practice, yo. You know what I'm saying? Or for people who are good at math, you could become a what's the word I'm looking for? Help me out, somebody.
Accountant.
Accountant. Have your own practice. You know what I'm saying? And then like link up with like-minded people. If you got a vision and let's just say you wanted to start your own whatever business you're trying to start. There's different components to the business. Go out and look for people with the same vision, yo. And maybe like if y'all come together, each of y'all can go to school for a different thing, and then when y'all come back together, you have everything you need for a particular business. I
Yeah,
hope
that's
I
some
push
funny
pause
shit.
on like that.
I came back. I
I,
came
I
back. I missed all the things. What did he say?
basically whatever you want to do, he's just saying in so many words. If you want to be a nurse, why don't you have your own practice? Exceed your expectations, bro. Basically,
Yeah.
meet and exceed. Like right now, ever since whatever happened to me, I've been writing. I love writing. I love writing poetry.
Hmm.
And I don't write just no flimsy fantasy stuff. I write stuff that happens to people, period. You know, as a black man, I'm giving my opinion. I want my own book, bro. I set myself up a date and I'm going to meet that. You know what I'm saying? Right now, I got 138 poems right now. I
Damn.
had more than that, but my ex
So check this
destroyed them.
out, bro. I don't mean to cut you off, but check this out. Most poets, for people who are poetry, they could be songwriters. They can be not just poets, but songwriters.
Yeah,
They
that
can be
rapping.
they can take some of their poems and make it into a movie or a short film. You know what
You
I'm
could be
saying?
Ghost
So
Rider and Drake.
in your
So he could
poetry,
have some good songs.
in your poetry, add something, add a schooling to it that's going to enhance your poetry, because when you look at poetry, there's different routes that you can make as far as money. You want to enhance what you
Right.
already have to make money. So like if you got a vision to be like, okay, some of the poems that I write, them joints could be a movie. You want to get into you want to learn film, you want to learn how to work the camera and things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? Like we need to be for the ones who are listening who got kids, we need to watch our children and see what they're good at and encourage them to invest their time into their gift, because their gift is going to bring them the money. We like I tell everybody, like I feel like we're all billionaires. We just don't know it yet.
Yeah, I thought of a whole comedy skit in my head one day or whatever. Like that could be turned into a motherfucking series or whatever. Like
Bro,
me,
write that stuff down, bro.
yeah, but something like preaching or something like that, a preacher or whatever. And he's saying that the preacher says you know how Jesus said turn the other cheek or whatever and let somebody else slap you and shit like that, right? So I'm just like, yo, if you letting somebody slap you, man, you might as well make some money off of that shit, man. Right? You know what I'm saying? So it's like for each person or whatever that wants to slap you, whatever, because they mad or whatever, they having a crazy ass days, some shit like that. They go up to the preacher and shit like that. They put $5, $10 in the offering, and they go ham with they slap. You know what I'm saying?
The
And
slapping
yeah,
preacher.
yeah, this because I'm
You
like,
know what?
because
I can
I'm
see
his
how
coach, man. I'm his coach, so I'm
I
like, yo, you can make some money off of this. Yeah, go ahead.
I can see how funny that is, man. You can make that joint a sad story, like whoever's getting slapped. You know what I'm saying? Like their family situation is real dire. You know what I'm saying? So like,
Yeah, and there's one gorilla ass nigga, like strong as a motherfucker and shit like that.
yeah,
Strong as a
like
motherfucker.
you can get
Like
slapped right.
Tyrone or whatever off of like Tyrone. You don't call Tyrone or whatever. That nigga, that muscle bound ass nigga. Or Big Brody. Or a nigga like that or whatever trying to come up and shit like that. And he try to go up there and put some money in to slap the preacher. I'm like, hey, hell nah, motherfucker, man. You ain't gonna be killing my motherfucking preacher or whatever for no $10, motherfucker. That shit gotta be at least 40. Bitch, what the fuck
Mike,
you talking
beat it.
about, man? Before you go to the hospital and shit,
Bro, Mike, what
Yeah.
did old boy tell you? What you just said, bro, that could be a series that makes somebody some money, bro. Keep that under wraps, bro.
Bro.
Do you know that you gonna be hot? You gonna be like, motherfucker took my idea.
Yeah, bro. I can be, I know exactly. I know exactly how to do it step by step. Step by step. Because it's
Bro,
more, I'm giving you a little gist of this shit.
bro, that could be some shit that
Bro.
do you know that could be some shit that could take over like a movie, bro, like a movie type skit.
Yeah, because the nigga said, like, yo, turn the other cheek, let the motherfucker slap you. So I'm like, if you want a nigga to slap you and shit like that, bro, you don't do it for free, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, I'll be a coach and shit like that. I'll be your manager, but I gotta have like, a percentage off and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like at least, if a nigga give me 10 and shit like that, you can give me a brother 3 and shit like that. Cause I'm keeping it.
Let me stop. I've been drinking, yo.
Yeah,
Bro,
I'm keeping it
keep that
regulated. You
under
know what I
your
mean?
hat, bro. Keep that under your hat because somebody's gonna watch this and they gonna write a skit on it, and guess what? Somebody's gonna make billions. Oh, you gonna be right there
Bro,
ready to
hey,
slap
bro, they ain't gonna
somebody.
do it like me. They ain't gonna do it like me. Trust me. I should copyright this shit, man. But I got other comedy skits. But that is one that I just came out the blue one day. Like I was walking down the street and I'm thinking. I'm like, yo, these preachers always talk about turn the other
So what
cheek
you
and
would
shit.
do, bro? Look, whatever idea you got, bro, put it together and get some of your best friends who are not gonna lie to you. You know what I'm saying? One of my friends that'll see a booger on the side of your face and won't and like will tell you, yo, you got a booger on the side of your face.
Yeah,
If you got a friend that
real
that
niggas.
that lets you walk outside like that, he not your
That ain't
friend.
no, he's
So
not.
like do a listening party, yo. You know what I mean, with just some of your friends and some of your ideas and shoot it to them and make them laugh. If they don't laugh, go back to the drawing board.
Real
You know what
talk.
I'm saying? That's how you sharpen. Iron sharpens iron. That's how you
Hey,
sharpen your
bro,
gift.
my motherfucking shit. That comedy kind of urban and shit like that, man. So that shit good. That shit in the hood, bro. That shit probably in motherfucking Brooklyn or some shit like that. Who knows where it is? I'm gonna figure it out. But
Yo, Mike, did you
slap.
get that shit from Minister Jack, bro, for getting punched out? Yo,
Nah,
Oh
bro.
my gosh. I can't get that video out of my head.
Bruh. Hey, bro, I would have been like, man, if you want to get punched like that for free, nah, you trying to get punched like that for free, man? At least $20. You know what I'm saying?
Especially
Let
the
a
way he
nigga
slapped his
punch.
hands back. That was embarrassing.
Talking about be cool or whatever. Just put that in the Be Cool Foundation and shit like that, man. Get you that motherfucker. Get you that Be Cool basket and shit like that. Have a nigga, donate to that shit. Like,
the
that's
reason why
the
I asked, Mike,
$20.
because the reason why
You
I asked,
stupid.
because, bro, I'm sitting here listening. You said I thought about a minister getting slapped, and that's where my mind went right there automatically. I was like, I'm over here trying not to laugh in your ear. I was like, oh my God.
Bruh. Yeah, that he wasn't a part of the movie, man. But this nigga, bro, I think you just made, bro, I think you just made history.
Oh, let me stop. Let me get myself together.
Bruh,
Man.
Let me stop. I've
bruh,
been drinking, yo. Oh, shit. Yo,
bruh.
because
Put
when
that
you
in the
went
40 foundation and shit like that, man. Minister that. To minister that. What you gonna call it, like, when niggas was just running up and punching them and shit like that, but he getting paid for it and shit like that.
And you can
We
do a
like
skit on Minister Nat, yo. Like just change the names. He'll know what it is. But like you know how we laugh when we bait them and everything. You know what I'm saying? Just got that going. Make sure my bro's sheep straight. You know what I mean?
oh yeah, oh yeah.
But like you can
He
reenact that
probably
joint,
could do
yo.
some motherfucking shit too. He got some,
You can
he could
make
probably
Keon a midget, yo. You know what I mean?
Not a midget.
bruh, straight up midget, man. That motherfucking Tyrion off of of a Game of Thrones, that could be motherfucking Keon and shit like that.
oh, shit.
Oh man.
Talk about Jiggles. Yo.
Bruh, that nigga gonna be Keanu. We gonna paint him black. You know what I'm saying? We gonna paint him black. Like, that motherfucker, that Tropics Thunder and shit like that. Other motherfuckers were painted black. That's what we gonna do. That's what we gonna do. Tyrion or whatever off of Game of Thrones. We gotta find out who Minister Nap gonna be. You know what I'm saying? That
But
might
this is
be
the thing though.
Cuba Gunn Jr. You know what I'm
This
saying?
this the thing though. Don't be a parakeet about it, man. If you want, if you know what I'm saying, like tomorrow is a new day.
Mm-hmm.
That they going let's start tomorrow, man. For everybody that's listening, and like you got a vision, a goal, do something different, man. Don't just go by your everyday goddamn life. Because when you listen to Sheep Stay Sleep TV, even when he roasting or he's just teaching, it's something that it's something that you can take for what he's saying and apply it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You could take the meat out, throw away the bones. You might not agree with everything, but
He be teaching when he be roasting.
yeah, he do.
Mhm.
Teaching,
Yeah, you do.
But the point is, do something different. You know what I'm saying? We got 24 hours in a day. Yesterday is gone. Tomorrow's not promised. Today is all that you have. That's what I encourage for all our people. Mike Brown, you lucky you're not in VA. Cause like I'll be on you like, yo,
You're like, what
open
you
mic,
mean you had a motherfucker skit talking about some goddamn
open mic,
slapping preacher and shit like that? Man, we put
open mic. Let's go
What's
man,
right
up,
now.
Albert?
motherfucker, write this shit right now, man. We get your work ready, get your pen ready, nigga. What you doing, man?
And
We
we
time
feed
is
you.
money, nigga.
We talked about you. We gonna meet up with you one of these days, Mike Brown.
Hey,
I'm
like,
gonna
Mhm.
have you. I'm gonna have you on
Yeah.
somebody open mic. So get your stuff
Open
together,
mic,
yo.
get my jokes together. Yeah.
Get your stuff together, yo.
Yeah, get it together.
Yeah. Hey, Albert, man, you probably be in there too, bro. Yeah. And my man Sonny. Well, not Albert. Sheep, Keith, Sonny.
It's good.
I need all four of y'all with me. In
bro,
that,
you just need somebody to hype
bro.
you up, bro.
Hey,
Yeah,
shit.
nah, man. I need my,
Hey, bro,
I need my backup, man. I gotta have my.
I
bro.
got you.
We four deep,
Yo,
nigga.
what's good, bro?
Tell
I'm
her
fucking
we
with you,
talked
yo.
about Mike, yo. Tell me, so just so Mike know. Tell between me and you, tell him we had some conversations about Mike offline.
Oh yeah, for sure, for sure.
So
Hey, bro,
Mike,
I still gotta get your
I'm
phone too.
telling
That's
I
you,
need
a
your
fact,
phone,
man.
bro. Yeah, I forget. I keep forgetting,
What
bro.
up, sis? Shout out to my sis, Poetic Cows. I see you, sis.
Yeah, she a rapper, man. Shout out Poetic Kills, man. Like, yo, she was rapping the other day, man. Like, nah, it was the poetry reading and shit like that. I'm like, man, that's an album right there, man. That shit surpassing Young Thug and all the motherfuckers, man. Hey, man, I can be, I kind of edit that shit out, man. Make that shit fire, bro. You know what I'm saying, man? We can tear that shit up, boy. You have one of them America's Next Top Model photos and shit like that. That one of her pics and shit like that as an album cover and shit, bro. That shit, what? Man, new Missy Elliott, man. Hey,
But yeah, man, just to kind of tie back in what we was talking about a little earlier. I think, like, honestly, I think that they don't have too much, like the government. I don't think they have the reason why I think they sell us the fucked up food and shit like that because it's easier. It's easier to make. It lasts longer. Well, it's not really easy to make, but it lasts longer. It has a longer shelf life, and they could sell it at a cheaper price and still make money. So
Yep.
I think for the most part, this place is overpopulated, man, and they running out of shit to feed people. So that's why I think they feeding us fucked up too. I don't just think it's they just want people to eat bad because
yeah, agenda.
at the end of the day, for the most part, we all eat the same shit.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because we only eat what's available to buy. So
That's true.
I think that that plays a part too. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it does.
The crazy part when you said that, I thought about my mom. She used to tell us when we were kids, like, you don't know. And she was a nurse for like 30 years. And she's like, I thought she was just being paranoid. She's like, you know, they let people die. I'm looking at her like, what? She's like, they can
Mm-hmm.
help people, but so many people have to die. I looked at her like, that's kind of messed up. And now I'm looking at it. You can go to McDonald's right now and get you a heart attack and with some wrapped up plastic paper around it for $1. You can go get you some kale and it'd be $5.99. So you got
Right,
it, like he said,
right.
eat what's available.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So now
And
I'm
like
thinking,
somebody in a poor position and shit like that, ain't got much money. What could they do, man? They gotta buy food on their budget and shit like that. So they gotta sometimes they might have to go to that McDonald's and shit buy that dollar burger because that's all they
Mm-hmm.
can
That's
get.
why they
That's why they put the Family Dollars in the cheap stores all around the poor areas. And then when you do have a grocery store, they raise the prices in the poor areas.
Yeah.
Case, I'll
They
give you
raise
another.
it.
No, I'm gonna say case in point. I'm gonna say this, and I didn't understand it. Like they don't want to. They don't want to. Okay, marijuana. Not saying it cure all, but I've seen a lot of people. Why would you put chemotherapy that can kill you in you to cure cancer when people can take CBD oils or the other oils and it relieves pain?
Money.
Because you can't make no money off when you cure something. So like he said, they got to keep the population down.
Yeah.
And then you already know black people and Mexican people, we have more kids than most white people.
Yeah. And
You
man,
know
the
what I'm
Mexican
saying?
man, the Mexican boy. Oh,
Shit, they come 30 deep.
man, the motherfuckers. They got the whole cartel. They come in the cartels, bro. Motherfuckers.
Like
Mm-hmm.
them jokers, they're the only cat you have a Mexican purebred Mexican woman. You breathe on her, she got 4 kids by you.
Dang.
Yeah.
I
Just by
said
breathing.
breathe.
Just
So you
breathing.
gonna have to hold your breath around her. So nah.
Puff. What the hell?
I'm just
That sound
saying.
like the birth of Jesus or something like that. But
No,
it's
no.
like
Oh, really? Really, Mike?
it's like off her breath.
Nah, I
What?
see,
Bro, you
I see, I see Mika put in the chat. Veggies are cheaper than meats and processed food. Yeah, but real organic vegetables
Mm-hmm.
don't have a long shelf life, and that
Mm-mm.
is the problem. Because you
that
gotta
fuck I
think,
gotta repent.
you gotta think if if the average family, if the average family is like 4 people, 2 adults and 2 children, how long do you think, if they go buy some fresh bananas, how long do you think they're gonna last before they spoil? If they don't eat it within a day or two.
Not very long.
So you gotta think about that too. They have to preserve, they gotta put shit in the food to preserve it so people don't eat all their food up. Because think about it.
Yeah.
When you're eating healthy, organic food, your food is not gonna last long. So that's why most people who eat like that, they are constantly shopping. They spend a whole lot of money on this food. And that is because this food don't have a long shelf life. And when you have children and they going to school and shit like that every day, you gotta have food that's gonna last long.
Mm-hmm.
Else your ass to be fucked up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like if you got 2, 3 children, you know, it has to be like that. So
Right.
it's still a lot of factors that play into it, but vegetables are a lot cheaper. But what I think though, I think a lot of us should start just having our own little personal garden.
Yeah.
Right. Right. That's
It
my
should
grandma
it
got.
should
My
start
grandma
with
got her
that
own
first.
personal gardens where she grows her own food, and I
Yeah,
think she
you
got a
growing
mango
your
tree
own
and shit too.
vegetables and shit
Yeah.
and eating your own shit that you grew.
Mm-hmm. And
You
then
should start from
producing
that
it off of
because
that stuff and making, yeah, yeah.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and
That's
plus
in Trinidad though. Over here, man,
and
the
see
motherfuckers
another
over
thing
there.
too
Yeah.
that people don't know is that whole organic shit is a lot of that shit is not real. A lot of that shit is just them slapping the organic label on it.
Yeah.
That's why it's best
Unbelievable.
for us to grow our own shit because we only know what we feed in our plants.
Mm-hmm.
Hey
Well,
man,
not
They don't
only
know what,
Trinidad
they
that,
don't know
kicking
what they
people out.
feed in their plant.
not only that,
Trinidad kicking people out,
they've been
man.
doing GMOs for a lot longer than they're telling you.
Exactly. Exactly. And that's what people don't understand.
If you
And
saw,
they're not just doing that to try to hurt people, but they gotta feed the people.
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They gotta feed us, they gotta feed our children. So they gotta find a way to
make the
to
food
cut
more
costs,
affordable.
but to keep mass producing.
Mhm.
Because people, and plus now the world is even more populated than it was 50, 60, 70 years ago, 100 years ago. It's more
Mm-hmm.
Is it
people.
like 7 billion or something like that?
Yeah, it's more people. Yeah,
Head towards 8 billion.
Eight
because
billion?
more people are having more children, and this is what we have to deal with.
Wow, 8 billion. Yeah, and they're pumping out babies every day and shit
Yeah, like
like they're
exactly.
manufacturing babies or something.
The average family is a family of four. That's 2 adults and 2 children. So think about once you have more than 2 children.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's why China or whatever has that policy. I think you only have a certain amount of kids or something like that. I think 2 kids or something. But then the other one,
Yeah,
not
they've been
allowed.
doing that forever, and that's because the Chinese government know that they gotta feed everybody.
Mm-hmm.
It's funny you said that, bro. It's funny you said that. Um, I really feel like we all should try to put ourselves in the position that, you know what I'm saying, when we get the house of your dreams, that you put into the vision for the house of your dreams a part of your yard to have your own vegetables and things of that nature. And a lot of us who are close, and I will propose this. I'll propose this that for ones who got best friends and things of that nature, y'all should try to plan to live together because there's going to be some hard times coming soon. You
Right.
know what I'm
We got
saying?
we gotta have a come up with a plan without
You got to
actually
have a
having to
plan,
depend on the government as much. Yeah, I get what yeah.
basically. And this is something that I don't talk about a lot, but this is something that the Moors teach. You know, the Moors, they want people to live together. Saying they want people to have their own garden. You know what I'm saying? They want people to have 90 days of food, 90 days food supplies for each person in their home for just in case. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
Pastor Dow talk about it too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Especially as men who have a family or men who is aspiring to have a family. You gotta have a plan just in case. You know what I'm saying? Just in case. You know what I'm
Yeah,
No
saying?
doubt.
even with Pastor Dow, like he basically made his own community or whatever, that's forming that's different, that is not dependent on the government and has their own land. I mean, like
Yeah, I
basically,
listen to him.
yeah. He's he got some good information. Like I'm not gonna be like all this Hebrew Israelite stuff, man, but he definitely got some good information, whatever, when it comes to trying to survive without the system, whatever, because the system is damn really poisoning you and stressing you out, and
Yeah, no kidding.
yeah, and he got some he got some real good ideas, man. Like he bought his land, um, yeah. Shout out to Pastor Dow, man. Like he definitely I've been seeing him since I've been watching I think since 2013 or something like that.
Oh wow.
Yeah, 2013. Yeah. That's when I first started, like, people talking about this. Somebody came up to me, some Hebrew Israelite, talking about this, trying to convince me Christianity, Jesus is black, and God's name is not really God. God's name is this, that, and that. So I started looking up, you know, that information or whatever. I ran into Pastor Dow. He started talking about, how we, basically everything that we learned is a lie. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? And the government don't have our best interests at heart. They're only trying to scam you and take from you and try to poison you, with their foods or whatever. And and the other spirit stuff. But I want to talk more about the practical stuff that he's doing. He's basically building a community of people or whatever that's ready. I mean, to deal with a situation like a hurricane like that. You know, what I mean, like the hurricane in Florida and shit like that. You know, they're prepared. They're more prepared, and they're hands on. He
Hmm.
built those houses with his own hands. All all the stuff, their whole community he built with his own hands. Yeah. He bought the materials, which is a lot cheaper or whatever than you know,
Yeah, he's a
uh,
firm believer in the Second Amendment.
yeah, oh yeah, because he was in that he was what was he? He was in air.
I forget. Yeah, I forget what part of the military he's in.
Uh, he was there
I
for
just,
a
I
minute.
just, I just found him last year. That's when I started listening to him.
Uh, yeah, I haven't seen him for a while. You've been talking about some true red pill shit.
Hmm.
Basically, how to do save yourself pretty much and build with people that of you know good character.
Yeah.
You gotta know how you gotta know who's in your circle. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Their righteousness or whatever, or their good character, or basically righteousness. That's the person a good person to deal with, or whatever. Y'all have a common goal. Yeah, yeah. Talk about that a lot, man. Yeah.
So, question, um, did y'all hear about um the car crash Kevin Hart was in? What y'all think about that?
I don't give two
Yeah,
shits.
I just saw something. I haven't heard much. They say he had minor injuries.
I don't care nothing about him.
I
I'm
just saw
sorry.
that in my feed.
I didn't even look. I might have to look that up. I might look it up. I might. Yeah, that might have to be my homework or some shit like that. Look up what happened to Kevin Hart with last.
What you think about that, Keith? Because I know you into the whole entertainment shit and all. Like you and Mika, y'all be going deep with that shit. Kels too. So what y'all think about this whole Kevin Hart shit?
I think the government trying to kill him. I think it's a conspiracy. The Illuminati
Yeah.
after him. You know what
Why
I'm
ain't
saying?
that funny?
Yeah.
At least not
Exactly.
to me. At least not to me.
Yeah, he really
Maybe
is.
maybe you
It's
guys
more of
like
a
him, but I don't think he's that funny.
Nah,
Yeah,
you
I
remember
never
his
thought Kevin
first
Hart
stand
was
up?
that funny.
You remember his first stand up laugh at my pain and shit like that? I thought
Yeah.
that shit was hilarious. That shit was like at that time I thought he was the funniest motherfucker on the planet. Like
Shit where
because
he was like,
he
no,
yeah.
no,
No.
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 Yeah, that was the
Yeah.
funniest shit.
Bro,
I haven't
After
seen
that,
that
he
one,
went
but
downhill.
yeah, he just lost material.
He started making a bunch of like homoerotic jokes, like calling
hmm
himself chocolate drop, and
He over here
I
dissing
thought
up
he went
Pimp
off.
C,
I thought he went too
from
far. Then
motherfucking
he did a
Barrio.
bunch of those movies with The Rock, and they was doing a bunch of homoerotic shit in there.
Yeah,
mm,
yeah.
I'm like, wow, these dudes are kind of these dudes are kind of close here.
None of like he did a movie with Ice Cube and shit too, man. And like Ice Cube is more funny than him. That's the shit. Like
wow.
Ice Cube not even a comedian. It's like, bruh, like all the movies Kevin Hart does or whatever. I looked at the rating. Most of it's like 4.6, in the fours or the fives or something like that. Most of it's dead low. Like that's shitty. That's supposed to be a comedy or whatever. Like real most decent comedies I think or whatever is about they receive like a 7 rating or something like that.
Hmm.
For him, like he gets 4.6 and
Yeah,
7 and stuff.
Kevin Hart been getting top tier movies for like the past 5 years, man.
And all of them did like it. None of them was successful, man. Like like that.
Oh yeah,
Except for a couple of stand-up comedies.
because see, you gotta understand, like Kevin Hart came in as a comedian, like right before social media got popping. So he really got famous off of social media. He didn't really have to do what a lot of other comics did. Like a lot of the comics that's older than him, he didn't have to do what they did to become hot. He got hot off social media, just like Tiffany Haddish. She got hot off social media. And a lot of these comedians, they get hot off social media.
Hey, bro, I think Nino Brown funnier than the both of them.
Damn.
I think Nino Brown funnier than the both of them. That nigga with the Graves, that motherfucker. That nigga funny as shit, bro. Yo, y'all gotta shout out to that nigga too, man. That nigga Nino Brown. I saw that nigga. He a real nigga. I think.
Oh yeah, I fuck with Nino Brown. Yeah, I
Yeah,
fuck with
he's
some.
funny as fuck, man. Like,
He be talking some solid shit too.
yeah, yeah.
But yeah, that's why I be telling you, Mike, like, yo, man, you need to, do your YouTube channel, man, and do like some comedy shit. Do like little skits and shit
Yeah,
like
like
that. Like
I want to like
you could pop
me
off,
personally. What I
man.
want to do is like kind of talk or whatever, and then like I talk about like a topic like I kind of want to talk about watching out for what you say or whatever on the internet or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And then
Yeah,
I'm just
like
gonna
you
use
could.
it in my own way and shit like that. Put some
Yeah,
because I
that's
like to
that's that's
unique shit.
creative too,
Yeah.
because you pretty much giving your commentary behind real shit that's happening, but you making jokes out of
hmm
Mm-hmm.
Nah, that's just what I do. Like just off my personality. Just like just if I be completely me off of that shit, like I'll say some.
But do it in perfection, man. You know what I'm saying? Like uh even if you can just do even if you do one stream every week, once a week or every 2 weeks. You know what I'm saying? Like you got friends at home, whatever state that you in, link together with some of
Yeah,
your best friends, yo,
I
and
got
go
one.
over
Yeah, yeah.
or
Yeah.
one or two, just have a listening party.
I
You
can't
know what I'm
believe y'all
saying?
think I'm so funny, man. Like I'm like,
Because when you look at a lot of artists, when it comes to music or even listening parties, I mean even comedians, they will use some of their friends to let them know if they got some hot or something whack. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That is your
You know what
shit.
I mean? So
Yeah,
use what you got. Chestnut checkers. Use what you got right now
yeah.
to
No
I
doubt.
perfect.
like ideas, but I don't like. I'm not that guy like to just go online or whatever and do some goofy ass shit like a lot of these other motherfuckers do. I like I just like talk about a subject I want to talk about, put my commentary on it, and make this shit. Yeah, I
Just
put some
think
goofy
outside the
shit
box,
together.
bro. Like whatever you talk about can be a skit.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
know
do
what
that.
I'm saying? It could be a skit. What's that guy on YouTube that he from Cali? He a bigger guy. What's the dude name, yo?
I don't know.
Here we
He be
go.
having a bunch of joints dealing with relationships. You know what I'm saying? He got a joint where he talking about the lesbian homie.
What the fuck? I think
I don't know, man.
you talking about
I don't,
Seth? His
it
name
might
is
be
Seth.
that might he the bald headed
He
guy,
got
yo.
nah.
Bald
I don't know.
bald headed guy. He kind of built like Debo.
You talking about Brody?
Nah,
Kind of built like Debo.
nah. I'm gonna hit you in the back chat and send you one of his videos, man. I'm actually subscribed to dude, but like um. Even if you think of a skit that you could just talk about, you can actually take your skit and make it visual because a lot of times I'm a visual person. Like I can't sit down and have a conversation with Sheep or somebody else, and when they
Now, I want
talking,
to talk about something. It's not necessarily jokes like that, but it's more like what I what I like what I really want to talk about, like, black people is motherfucking something, that interests me as well, whatever, or something maybe that happened that I want to talk about and shit like that, and just put that and like commentary on life or whatever, or commentary on
Mm-hmm.
character. But I put myself in it, man. Like, I put my personality in that shit. I put the goofiness of me. I'm mad goofy. I'm niggas call me a comedian or whatever. I'm just like, I don't care myself. Yeah, I just like, yeah, I like having fun or whatever. I do my, you know, I try to learn from y'all. I try to learn quality. Sheep stay asleep or whatever. He got quality information, man, and he a real nigga.
Mm-hmm.
I fucks with that. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Albert, man, I know you probably got some ideas over there, man. What's up?
You have no idea.
No idea. You got an idea? You said you what?
When I'm ready, I'm gonna put it on YouTube.
Oh, okay, yeah. But, yo, sheep, man, where everybody go, man? Everybody taking a nap. I gotta keep talking.
Nah, I just put the link back in the chat for Keith. He said he want to jump back on.
Oh,
I'm gonna
yeah,
stay on a
people
little
keep
while
kicking
longer
off.
though. I ain't gonna stay on too much longer.
Yeah,
Probably like
people
another
like
15
I think
minutes.
people are getting kicked off,
Okay.
yo. I don't know what's going on. Like,
Nah,
people.
I don't think people getting kicked off. I think Keith just jumping on and off. That's all. I
Oh,
don't think he getting kicked off though.
Oh yeah, for
I don't
anybody
know.
else in chat, yo, who want to come in, yo, I hop off. You know what I mean? For anybody else
Yeah,
want to
Nah,
come
we
in,
got
yo.
room. We
I'm
got
I'm
room for
I'm
one more person, bro. There's 6 on the
Okay,
panel, so we
okay.
got
I'm
room for
like,
one
Yeah.
more person.
I have to be here. Yeah, I'm I'm a part of I'm a part of the panel or whatever. Permanently. I'm assigned to this shit, you know what I'm saying? So but anybody want to come up, man, eh. There's only 6 people that come up here.
Yeah, it's only 6. There's only 6 on this joint.
Yeah. Sonny over there said I'm assigned to this shit. Yeah.
So you guys,
Bro, you like a permanent fixture.
Yeah, I'm a permanent part of this shit. Yeah.
You
I'm
like
like,
you like a
what we call it, a
lamp in a
co-host or
living
whatever.
room.
The co-host.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah.
so you guys
yeah.
decided for our so-called Democratic candidates.
Hey, we don't deal
I,
with no jellybacks, by
Okay.
the way.
huh? Oh,
Excuse me. I'm
yeah, I
sorry.
like that shit.
I'm just saying. I'm gonna put that out there. We don't deal with no jellybacks, yo.
Yeah, no fuck
You
niggas.
jellyback, stay back, way back, like the exercise, way back.
I wanna bring up that, but I ain't gonna do it yet. I ain't gonna do it. I'm gonna leave that shit alone. That shit.
but nah, y'all was talking about the
That
Kevin
probably
Hart
kill.
situation. I think he got his wake up call, bro.
Really?
The Kevin Hart when he was in the wreck, I ain't even know till like 10 minutes ago. He got his wake up call.
Like, when did this happen?
Yeah, that's the first I heard.
I think today, because that's the first time I saw it.
Yeah, it happened today. The reports and stuff came out today
Oh, I
about
haven't watched TV all day. That's why I haven't seen it.
I saw it
Oh,
online.
so
I don't.
Yeah.
That's where I always get my news from. I
Yeah.
don't
yeah,
watch TV like that.
I just
I haven't
watch
watched
CNN
I
TV
for
in
think
over a year.
entertainment, man. Them motherfuckers entertainment to me.
But yeah, to answer your question though, Albert, I really feel like honestly, like everybody been talking bad about Trump or whatever, but I think it's all about where you at, like your current state as an individual. Like if you're a business owner and you making moves financially and all of that, you want to vote for a Republican at the end of the day because that's what they're about. They're about the money. Like
Hmm.
Democrats is there to just keep you as just blind sheep. They just there
Yeah.
for you to follow. Like, and they just gonna lead your ass to nowhere. But for the most part, I think people who really got shit to lose, business wise, I think they go on a Republican route at the end of the day.
that's where the money is.
Exactly. And You know,
Yeah.
Trump is only helping those types of people.
Yeah, I ain't gonna
You
lie,
know,
man. Like I actually
people
want to
like
vote
him.
now. I actually
So
want to
if you
vote now,
own a
but
business and shit like that, you trying to get your finances right and all that type of shit, you ain't really got time to focus on the Democrat argument. And they always trying to make that argument, especially the pro black Democrats, they always trying to make the argument of race and all that type of shit.
Yeah.
reparations
And
and
I
all
don't
that.
and that don't really matter in politics, really.
Yeah,
That's there to keep people distracted. Because in
Mm-hmm.
the
especially
politic
in a
game, none of
capitalist
that
country
shit
like,
matters.
especially in a capitalist country like America, man. They ain't caring about no motherfucking
Exactly, exactly. That money is green. That
profit.
money is not black or white. That
Yeah,
money is green. And now they done made the shit blue. So
they ain't
they
making
not
a blue.
caring about none of that shit.
They ain't making a blue blue.
If you about business and you know how to conduct business, they fucking with you. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And they be trying to get with Trump every type of way, man. They're trying everything they can to discredit him. Which, like, they got all type of stuff on him, but they can't really do nothing with him because the motherfucker he's
Yeah.
white and
No.
he's a billionaire, and he got
Hey,
mad power.
and
So it's
I'll
like,
confess this. You know their favorite line. He's a racist. And my thing is, yeah, I know. What else is new? Like he's the first one.
they got a bunch of racist
Exactly.
Democrats. So it's
Exactly.
like,
Oh, don't get me started on Democrats. Uh, like I said, he ain't the first one.
Mm-mm.
It's,
but at least he real about it and shit like that.
Right.
Yeah,
yeah,
They act like Bill Clinton wasn't racist.
right.
Or
I'm
George
like,
Bush.
at
Well,
least he's
everybody
up
know George
front.
Bush was racist.
Oh, Daddy Bush was definitely a racist.
Oh yeah, definitely, definitely.
I'm not so sure about his son. Maybe a little, but Daddy Bush was definitely a
I
racist.
think it was a
Oh
little. His son
yeah.
was a little on the slow side, too. Maybe
I don't
His
know about
son
George
was
that
W.
president.
Bush. I didn't get that vibe off of him.
talking about George W.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All
George
the
W.
pre-
was a cokehead and a crack baby because he
all
was
the
dumb.
God
all the
damn.
presidents are racist.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, he
Even
probably
Barack.
had a little
And the
bit of
thing is,
racism, but
like,
I didn't
and the thing
necessarily
is,
get
like,
that vibe off of George W. Bush, not old Poppy Bush.
oh yeah, he
No,
was
George
racist.
W. He was like George. If you look at George W., he didn't give a damn. He was a white man. He said, "I'm just white. I do whatever I want." That's it.
He
He
said it
got
just
away
like
what he
that.
want.
He said
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
just like that.
The difference that you see between like a Trump and a Bush is you can tell Trump don't have a lot of like but like some people can hide it. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
Trump
Yeah, he
can't
Some
got
hide
no
it.
people,
manners. He ain't got
some
no. He ain't
people,
got. He
some
ain't clap.
people. But Trump to me, he sound like someone who is out of touch with Asiatics. You know what I'm
I,
saying? But he is willing, and I'm not like, don't get it twisted. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a goddamn one. I'm not a Trump lover.
Mm-hmm.
What
you're
I
not
am
make
is
America great again. You ain't got
what
that
I
vibe.
am is in my position, like, cause I deal with business. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? So
Yeah.
my particular business, this election is going to affect my business. Period. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So like my
It
key
makes me like
factors.
America is a corporation. It's
It
not
is.
really. It's not
Mm-hmm.
a political place. It's not a motherfucking real country, man. It's a corporation. So you need a businessman
Exactly.
to run a
And
corporation.
with that being said, people should understand how politics is ran on that level.
Mm.
You
By
know,
corporation.
it's not about them catering to see Democrats cater to your feelings so they could rob you blind. Where
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Republicans they actually tell people or basically deal with people who really understand how the government really works. Because at the end of the day, this is why other people could come here and prosper more than the people that's here. That's because they understand that America is a corporation and it's a free market.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's why. That's
They
why.
understand
That's
what
what they mean
capitalism
by
is.
they coming to America to become free. They're talking about participating in the free market
Mhm.
because anybody could come here and start a business.
Mhm.
Your ass could come here, get a little vending license, and sell socks on the street and get rich. That's a possibility here in America, where that can't happen nowhere else in the world. That's why everybody come
Nope.
here. That's why
Nah,
everybody come here. So people got
other
to
people being
understand
corporations.
what politics is about. It's about the affairs of the people, but it's about what type of person you are. That's why it's not about race, it's about class. Because it's
Mhm.
about who you are, not
Right.
what color you are. Because there's a lot of whites that are considered niggas
Yep,
because
Red trash.
they're at the bottom of
Trailer
the
Real
park.
totem
talk.
pole,
that's real
Redneck.
right,
talk.
right with us.
Yeah.
So, you
Yeah.
know,
And they mad because they let the white folks left them behind and shit like that. They turn into niggas just like us, by getting food stamps and shit. Living off.
And it's more of them
Oh,
got food standing than us.
yeah.
Oh, it's not even close. They've always outnumbered us on food stamps and shit like that.
hell yeah.
Because
Don't believe what you
like
read in the media. It's not even close. They've
I
always been the majority on food stamps and the government assistance.
And
I'll give
they
you
come up with this excuse or whatever that because white people are the majority in the country and shit like that. That doesn't mean anything and shit like that. Because there's more whites or whatever on food stamps or whatever than there are blacks doesn't mean anything because blacks is the minority and whites is the majority and this doesn't. I'm like, nah, that's bullshit. That doesn't
I
mean
give
anything.
I'll give you a perfect example. If you go to the southeast part of the United States, most of that is Republican run.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Case in point, when they had Alabama, Mississippi, Georgia, they gonna get automatically Republican because Republican run their show since they started. Out and those Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, they have three of the poorest cities in the United States. They have cities in there that's over 30% unemployment rate, 30 plus. Most of them are white. Most of them get food stamps. And they had a reporter go down there and interview some white people who get food stamps. I'm not lying. I can't make this up. And there was this guy. He was in Mississippi. I forgot what the city was. It was one on backwater. I'm talking about they eat dirt, poor, destitute. The
Mm-hmm.
guy said, they asked him, don't you get food stamps? He said, yes, sir. He said, aren't you Republican? Yes, I am.
Damn.
How are you Republican, but Republicans don't believe in food stamps? Well,
Oh,
I voted for
That's for the
Mitt
niggers.
Romney. Yeah, there you
mm-hmm.
go. Most of the
That's
niggers
for the
on the
goddamn
good
niggas.
niggers.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And guess what?
I know they talking
98% of
about
the
the niggers.
county, 98% of the county is white, and most of them get over 60% get food stamps.
Yeah, I believe it.
You're not even supposed to be on government assistance and being on food
That's
stamps
what
and
I'm
be
saying. They
Republican. You might as well be Democrat and shit. Like,
when they had the Obama voting thing, I voted, and I forgot what year it was. I think it was whenever. They went down there and they had this lady, and they still have a problem. They don't when they have the Republican ticket, they have all the Republican thing. They had the Democrats kicked off the ticket. You could not see no names on the ticket. They had a young man standing outside with the paper. They give you a form of all the Democrats on the ticket.
Mm-hmm.
Found out it was a kick to the ticket. When you vote, they would have, do you want to vote all Republican or do you want to vote all Democrat? And it would have the Republican who I think was McCain, Obama. You have to go down and make sure you mark off all Democrat because they kicked all the Democratic names off the ticket. And I was like, what? And
well,
they do stuff like that, and
It's
people
not
don't
just
believe it.
it's not just that. You have to understand a lot of the Democrats down there run like Republican light.
Mm-hmm.
And most people, if you have a choice between Republican light and a Republican, they're going to pick the Republican.
Right.
yeah. A Republican kind of seemed like a better choice than the democracy. Well, Democrats, whatever.
I mean, that's why I don't. That's the problem. I'm in Indiana, and that's one of our. That's why the Republicans run the state because all the Democrats run like a Republican light, and I don't like any of them.
Yeah, they phony and shit like that. Look at Kamala Harris. Look at
Oh,
her.
don't get me started on that hoe.
Look at her stupid ass.
Girl, she's a hoe. You know she's a hoe.
Wasn't that the one that said she smoked weed? I
shit.
forgot and was
I didn't
listening
hear
to
that.
somebody and said she was listening in college, listening to Tupac. Somebody was like, wait a minute, Tupac wasn't rap. They ain't having my like then and there. Like she was like, she's out of touch with reality. She need to go on.
Oh, she lying so bad.
I got a
She
question
getting
for
caught in the
every,
lies and shit. She's a terrible politician, boy. Yeah,
I
go
got
ahead.
a question. I got a question for everybody on the panel and everybody in the chat.
Mm-hmm.
It's the
Mm-hmm.
same subject but different category. How do y'all feel about gun control?
Oh man, I didn't want to bring this
Who?
up, man.
Gun
Uh,
control.
Do it. I don't want to do
Gun
it.
control.
believe it or not, I'm kind of on the Republican side right now.
Yeah,
I think
I,
everybody
I
should have
I
a gun.
believe it. Yeah, like
Yeah.
look at the Second Amendment or whatever, the right to bear arms.
But most people who doing these school shootings are the ones that come from the same thought process of guns, guns, guns. Like if you see most people who do school shootings or mass shootings, if you look at them and how they look, you can tell something is wrong with them.
Yeah,
They have a
most of
defect
them
with
high
them.
on Tylenol and motherfucking all these other freaking
Probably
crazy
so.
ass drugs and the pharmacy drugs and shit. They have all of that shit. Going
And
Oh
I
yeah.
don't believe,
The opioid crisis. That's no joke.
yeah,
I've seen the clinics. I've seen the clinics in the morning. It looks like you're at an after party or something. There's so many people going to these clinics to get cleaned up and stuff. It's not even funny. I've
And
talked to some of their
most
drivers.
of these pharmacy drugs to be illegal. So I don't know why they're
bro,
going at guns before they go at fucking all these crazy ass pharmacies and
bro. I'm
shit
a
that have side effects that'll kill you. Like
I'm gonna keep it real with you, bro. I'm like Dave Chappelle said on his special about how these pharmaceutical drugs are killing these white kids. I feel like how they was. I ain't saying nothing because guess what? It's just like the crack epidemic back in the day when we were kids.
Yeah, it's
So
karma for that.
thank you.
yeah.
It's taking a generation out. Y'all know these folks was overselling these drugs.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you twisted your ankle? Okay, here you go. Here's some Oxycontin. No daggone what that stuff shut your kidneys down. Then you just like a heroin addict.
Right. You addicted to
So
shit.
I'm just like Dave Chappelle said, your turn. I can't
Mm-hmm.
feel bad for you because you know what? I don't even like taking pills. I don't like needles. If you pull a needle out, I'm gonna fight you. Period. And that's real talk. I don't do that. I don't take pills. When I'm sick, I just rather lay in the bed and drink some orange juice and just
Yeah,
sweat
look at the real
the
shit
fever out.
Ebon said. People do violence, not guns. For all these niggas or whatever that think guns just come up or whatever like a motherfucking the Terminator and shit like that. How the motherfucking machines is rising and shit like that, killing everybody. No, that's not how guns work. That's not what's gonna
Mm-hmm.
happen.
With that being
Guns ain't
said,
gonna kill nobody.
if you look at throughout history, when you look at some of the things that Hitler did, that's some of the things that he did. He unarmed the people before he did what he did.
Mm-hmm.
And so um, the way that they're going, they're banking on the ignorance of the people. They're looking to ban they're looking to ban semi-automatic weapons, which would include handguns because a handgun is a semi-automatic.
Semi-automatic weapon.
Mm-hmm.
So they're banking on the people ignorance of what firearms are. And for the women out there who are scared of firearms, I would suggest that you go and get something light or meet up with a guy or meet up with a brother. Because what'll end up happening is if you go shoot the first time, it'll conquer your fear and you might end up liking it. You know, a lot of people like to shoot for sport. It is a great stress reliever. And
Mm-hmm.
if you're one who are a citizen who can obtain a a license to carry to concealed, I think that you should um, take hold of that right because it said it shall not be infringed. This is our right. And when we look at politics, you got to look at everything. You got to look at what these
Mm-hmm.
people are trying to do because I do believe in false flags. Uh, not to be a super conspiracy theorist type guy, but like when you really look at it, they can really fake some stuff, yo.
They
And,
can.
Mhm.
Yeah.
and you look throughout history, look at false flags. You'll see that the government has done a lot of things under a false flag.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah,
look
it's
at their
about to turn
agenda.
into X Files up in here.
You know what I'm saying? I'm AR-15s and all that. I'm finna have all that. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna have it legally. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna have it
Right.
legally. Go out with some of my brothers, enjoy shooting, and at the same time, I'll be able to protect my family if something ever pop off.
Yeah.
Because there's nothing worse than something happening, and you're not prepared for it.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And
Like
I'm
as
gonna
And
keep.
Vidal was saying, man, like he's saying, like, yo, you never can, you never can control when evil comes for you. Okay, you never control that. The evil could come any time.
and notice how when these things happen, they're in areas where no one is carrying. Like
Mm.
you can't do stuff like that around me, yo. I'm gonna be honest with you,
Yeah, they're cowards, man.
cause like
Cowards.
I'm strapped every day,
Cause they ain't
everywhere.
gonna go. They ain't gonna go to Compton or whatever and start shooting up everything, whatever. They ain't gonna go to
Yeah,
motherfucking
like
you know, the projects and start, because they know niggas are strapped.
And I'm gonna keep it real with you. That's why being from the South is good because I've been shooting guns since I was 10 years old. And to be honest, the sisters need to get you need to get a pistol because y'all more likely have children. And y'all need to be protected and well informed because the if you notice everybody that's doing these school shooting, they look like they half off on the other side of the moon. They
Who
look
is
weird. And they trying to blame it on video games. I don't play video games all my
Huh.
life. I ain't never thought to shoot up nobody. So go
Yeah,
get your
real
pistol.
talk. Hey,
And
who is
but
that
I can.
speaking? Hey y'all, how are y'all doing?
What's
What's
up?
up? What's up,
Good.
Bayou Bunny? What's going on?
What's good,
Nothing.
Oh,
Bayou
hey,
Bunny?
Biden.
Not too
I
much. I
can't.
was
I
just
can't
listening to
pronounce.
y'all. I just roasted the fuck out of that out of colleges.
This
I came to
Really?
fragologist.
list. I was just talking.
That's Keith, man.
Yeah.
Hey Keith, you're saying real shit.
You
Where
know,
you
Keith.
from? Where you from, Keith?
well, I'm from Alabama originally, man.
Okay. I'm from Louisiana, but no, you're right. Being down south, you have I think we have a better appreciation for guns and that Second Amendment right. I've been hunting since I was literally 8 years old with my daddy for squirrel and shit.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, and women definitely. Actually, I did a video about that on my page. Women, I think really everybody should go and stock up on your guns, especially if you live in the Midwest or in the South. We have gun shows every 3 months. And all you have to do is just Google gun shows, and you'll see when it comes up. You'll see it like it'll come up, and I was just telling people, I also encourage people too is to get that, go take that conceal permit class. It's only a 6 week class. I think it's like 4 to 6 weeks, honestly.
It's 6.
So
Depends on the area.
yeah,
How much you gotta
yeah.
like? How much you gotta pay for that though? Like,
Some
does
of
it
them are
varies in
free.
state to get like a gun license or whatever?
But see where you at, Mike,
Yeah,
is
but
you're not gonna
that's not even a question.
you're not getting that, because
It's not even a question.
that whole area is considered a police state. So
I gotta get like
it's
a bunch of
totally yeah,
licenses.
you gotta get up out of there in order to,
Yeah, yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
I probably could. I'm in Indiana.
New York.
And like when Miss Bunny, she's right. Like it's some sisters down here, they daddy take them out there when they knee high to a duck, take them right on. Hey, come on, girl, get her out there, get her a little pistol. They buy her a pistol by 13. She got a pistol on her own because they're showing her independence. They take the brothers, the young men, the daddies, they take them out hunting and stuff. 7, 8 years old out there, show them how to shoot.
Mhm.
And when I tell you, you don't see them school shooters or them mass shooters, they don't come in them heavily gun toting areas because they'll turn them into Swiss cheese. They only do it in areas where you have, little meek little people, sensitive and all that. They don't come to the real area where the real cats they got guns bigger than you that will blow a hole through them. They're not gonna do that. So and like the young cause like old boy said he's not a big conspiracy theorist. I am. I surely am. I believe some of this stuff going on because guess what? If I could keep somebody down, I'ma do it. And if I can keep you stupid, I'ma do it.
Yeah, man,
You
we
got to be
Alex
careful
Jones
with
up in
that,
this motherfucker, man. You know what I'm saying, man?
man,
I'm a
bro.
Infomercials up
conspiracy.
there.
Bro, it's just it's scary, but it's true. You got to watch the signs. You got different challenges. When they say they keep you stupid, that's what they're doing with schools. They're taking trades away. All
Mhm.
that goes hand in hand. If you can't have a trade, you can't help yourself. So what you doing? You building somebody else's empire. You're not building your brand. Like he said, America's a corporation. If United States is a corporation, everybody here is a brand. We're just like Feli, Nike, and everything. That's why they give you a social security
They
number.
talk. Yeah,
Yeah.
Same thing as the money.
yeah.
We basically liquid assets. 3 types of liquid assets in life: cigarettes, peanut butter, and honey. Honey doesn't. It takes 3,000 years for honey to sour if put up correctly. Cigarettes, liquid assets. You can resell it. That's why they don't let you sell Lucy's.
Yeah, that
Peanut
birth
butter.
certificate is basically saying like
Go
you an
ahead.
employee of the Corporation of America
Right.
and your social
There you go.
security.
There you go. Why you think
Yeah.
that's why you think we're a renewable resource. You can go sell your plasma, go save 3 people. You can go sit there and give each organ in your body. You can save at least 12 people. The only thing they don't deal with is intestines, gallbladders.
But even with our organs, though, our organs are so much more viable than theirs,
Mhm.
And everybody always talks
Yeah,
about
that's real.
melanin. It's because of the melanin, and it's like everybody talks about melanin, but believe it or not, clear people have melanin too. They just have it's significantly less of amount of melanin, and melanin is in all of your organs, babe. And that's why our organs, of course, we have more melanin in it, and it just makes our organs pop even more. And that's why our organs are so much more viable than theirs. And I'm also a conspiracy theorist like a motherfucker too.
And another thing, our immune systems are much better than most Caucasian people. We're more viable that can fight a cold. Most I've seen old people that can sit here and die from a sprained ankle. I've seen black people right now live 30 years with cancer, still kicking,
Yeah.
still smoking, don't give a damn. Well, if I'm gonna die, fuck it.
Yeah.
So
I
you
know.
got to be very.
I
The
know a dude that
saying,
lived that long with AIDS.
don't know what I'm talking about. I didn't want
Yeah,
to say
look at
AIDS
Magic
and nothing like
Johnson
that. Was
living.
Well, what I'm saying is we more susceptible to adjust to things because our bodies are built for it. When
Mhm.
it like when what the sheep say, if you're not, we are more adept to built for the struggle. What we adjust to, we can keep knocking. That just go from the struggle of eating, sugar water and mayonnaise sandwich to catching a cold without a jacket.
No
Well,
talk.
versus a white person, they go somewhere, get in the heat, it get 95 degrees, they done passed out, and they look like a hot link. So we know how to handle things. But it's up to us to look at ourselves in a positive light, like, hey, you dead, I'm good. So you gotta be careful what people tell you about yourself. You gotta say, hey,
Mhm.
I'm built for this. I'm built for it tough.
You gotta investigate yourself.
Yeah. Dude, I done had pneumonia 4 times in my life. Most people have it twice and died. So, yay me. All I did is drank some orange juice and kept knocking and went to work. I'm just saying, just being honest. I can't miss work. I gotta live. Boy, when you struggle, boy, you learn. Boy, when your ass hit that cold, you learn how to get up and move.
Mm-hmm.
No doubt.
That's why I said all of us in there. I don't care who it is. Versus the chat and the panel. Each one of us has a talent, at least one talent, to where we know how to handle ourselves. It's up to us to put forth the effort and put it out there. Versus if it doesn't matter if it's telling jokes, it doesn't matter if writing poetry, thinking of how to mass produce, manufacturing, money, strategy. All of us have a fruition of talent that we were blessed to put forth in this life. But it's up to us to give there, because like I said, I don't want to be that guy that get 55 and say, I wish I put my stuff out there. I don't want to be like that. I don't want to let
Mm-hmm.
myself down. That's
Yeah.
why I said I'm going to publish my book. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
The author.
Dang straight. If my relative was a fighting cowboy who fought Mike Tyson, who couldn't knock him out, we can do it too. Shout out to James Quick Tiller, the fighting cowboy. You know what I'm
She
saying?
I mean she wanted to say something.
But yeah, man. I think what you saying, Keith, is very viable in a lot of ways because for the most part, a lot of us look at failure as, if you fail at something, you a loser, and that's not what makes you a loser. What makes you a loser is when you stop trying, when you
Exactly.
lose your ambition, when
Yeah.
you lose your drive to succeed.
When you give
You
up.
know, a lot of people think success is overnight. This is why a lot of people want to be celebrities
Mm-hmm.
because they
Mm-hmm.
want overnight success. They want that microwave
They want
shit.
that 15 minutes of fame.
Right, exactly. When at the end of the day, man, you could get your 15 minutes and be a loser for the rest of your life.
There you go.
So you gotta pick your choice on what is it you want to do, and the way you stay focused and you stay on the straight and narrow is you have to for one have confidence in yourself, and for two you got to be
Mm-hmm.
patient and understand what success is. Everybody have their own definition of success. Stop stop thinking that you have to that's why I did that show. I premiered that stream, Who Are You Living For? A lot of us are not living for ourselves.
Right.
Mm-mm.
A lot of us sit around and, especially on YouTube, we get up here, we talk high and mighty and act like we got these high expectations and morals. But a lot of that shit, a lot of these people who talk that shit, they only got high expectations for you and other people. They don't have it for themselves.
Mm-mm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I think
100.
if people was to just be real with themselves and focus on living for themselves and stop living for other people's validation. So people would say, oh, look what he doing. Oh, look what he got. Look what she got, and all that type of shit. If people would just worry about what they gotta do, success would be more prevalent amongst our people, you know?
Yeah.
I'm gonna give you a perfect example. This is why I'm gonna give you. It might sound bad, sheep, but I'm gonna give you a perfect example why I don't give up on myself. I was in high school and I liked this girl, and she was the prettiest girl in class. Like me and her went from the second to whatever, and I liked her bad. I said, you know what, da 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 da. But I always had this thing. I never tried her. I never went and spit at her. I was scared. I said, nah, I ain't gonna do that. So I seen her. Me and her had lunch about 10 years ago, and she was like, "Well, Keith, why didn't you say something to me?" I said, "I wasn't the type of dude. You don't know that. You never tried." So ever since then, I thought about. I said I never ever give up my opportunity ever again, whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
That's why. That's why I said you never. When y'all say you never know if you don't try it, that's what made me say I would never let my opportunity pass me ever again. And I found my talent in writing and thinking. When my ex did me wrong, that's what helped drive my writing more and more. You see what I'm saying? Every now and then I jot something down, put it up. Then when I'm by myself and I have downtime and I thought it through, I said, oh, write my poetry.
Mm-hmm.
She destroyed most of them, but I guess what? I got 148. I got 10 more to go. I'm about to build my stuff. I want to get to a point when I do publish my book. My bestie gonna get the first copy. You know what I'm saying? Then Mike, then she, then down the line. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no doubt.
But I
For sure.
put a goal for myself and I'm going to exceed it because I expect myself to meet it. And I expect from everybody to exceed what you want to do. I don't want to see just enough to get by. I don't do just enough to get by. No. I want you to overflow yourself. I want you to go beyond what you can do. And you can do it.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe everybody that Sheep may have a very small following, but I expect Sheep to go to 2,000 followers by next fall. Because his content is pure. It's natural. It's not biting off nobody else. She probably just like Dave Chappelle said, I just put some suggestions in a bowl and I pick it out in the house. It's
Mm-hmm.
But
natural.
you know what though? Like with Sheep, I'm gonna tell y'all how I came across Sheep. Like, at this point, I'm still cool or trying to be cordial with Shorty Shitstain, and he had did a video. I think it's called "Dishonorable General." I think. Am I correct, Sheep?
Yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm.
And when I say he broke that shit down like a fucking, I mean, more than a fucking fraction on some damn, yo, I don't even know. Like, he broke that shit down. It's like, how the fuck this dude know all this shit? So I
Right,
definitely
man.
feel like, huh?
You're a goddamn professor, man.
Yeah, like you would have thought that he was like there, like that shit. It was like whoa, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's very authentic, and even when people are authentic, either you hate it or love it, and we live in a
Mm-hmm.
very fraudulent society, so most people do not like authenticity, and that's why a lot of people
Yeah.
come on here fronting, you know.
Yeah.
That's what I was gonna say. Like, most people don't like, they ain't gonna like that real shit. They go like,
No,
that
no,
that
they
that that,
don't.
that red pill incel shit, or
Mm-hmm.
that twerking shit, man. Whatever the fuck they listed, the motherfucking celebrities and
Yeah,
shit.
but no, it's like when you build off of being real, it's definitely quality over quantity, I feel.
Mm-hmm.
Um and it's just better, you know. But shout out to Sleep. You be on it with your analytical ass.
Yeah, man. Shout out,
Yeah,
man.
no doubt.
Hold on.
Appreciate it.
I got a question. You say his name was what? Shit stain? What?
Yeah,
Yeah, where did y'all get
explain
that
that
from?
nigga.
Shorty Shit Stain.
Yeah, shout
Who
out
of
to
y'all
Shit Stain,
dad?
man.
Say that
What
again,
the?
baby.
Where did you get the Shorty Shit Stain from?
Hey,
I
like,
heard that. Honestly, I heard Valdez call her that, so I just been calling her that ever since, just to be a bitch. Honestly.
Oh,
Yo,
who's
I'll ask
that?
him next time on a live with him.
Who's that? Like
I
Suey,
swear.
whatever, suicide? That's
That's
suicide
Nyla.
name? Huh?
That's Nyla. That's
Oh,
Nyla.
that big nose bitch.
But
Nyla
I
Shorty
swear to
shit.
God, I don't mean to interrupt you. I swear I was gonna look for Shorty Shit Stain just now. I swear I was. I was like, wait a minute.
You thought that was a real channel?
I swear.
Hell nah.
Sheep was trying to say something though, y'all.
Now, I was gonna say, y'all got anything else y'all want to talk about real quick? Cause if not, I'm gonna wrap it up.
Man, all I got to say is everybody has a talent. I want to see y'all exceed your talents. That's all I got to say. I think all of y'all have an opportunity and the light to put yourself out there. My bestie in the chat, I know she can do it. She, I want to see 2,000 followers by next fall. Everybody in here, I want to see y'all put y'all stuff to the grindstone. I want to see you sharpen your craft to the point where you can say, "Yo, I did this. I went from 5 followers to 2,000 followers. I went from just telling jokes in chat to beating Kevin Hart shit to death in overnight. That's what I want to see, and I believe y'all have that. And I expect a lot because I expect a lot from myself.
Real shit, man. I ain't got nothing
Real
else to
talk.
say, man. This is a good combo, man. This is great. Good shit.
No doubt, no doubt. Your last words, Albert?
Hey man, thanks for letting me on.
Hey, no doubt, dog. Anytime.
Yeah.
Last words, Bunny. We out of here.
Thank you for letting me on, and I appreciate you.
No doubt, no doubt. So I appreciate everybody for tuning in tonight. So Sunday Night Heat, a great conversation. We will be back next week with the Saturday Night Live, of course. Shout out to everybody in the chat room. Shout out to everybody. If you haven't yet, make sure you hit that like button, share the show. The links to donate is in the description. Go ahead and hit those. I will be back tomorrow. So y'all stay tuned. This is DS1 Ross and Sheep Stay Sleep TV. And we out of here. Sunday Night Heat. Great conversation, y'all. Appreciate everybody on the panel. Appreciate everybody in the chat. We out. Peace.
I'm going to sleep. Bye. I
All
had to
right.
add that on.